my friends, and welcome to the H3 show. Today is February 12th, 2025.
It's a rainy day out here in Los Angeles.
The weather is rainy.
Yeah.
We have to film the rain because
It's happening right now as we speak.
Yes, thank you. Because show the sunny background. Go ahead. Transport me to the heart of LA. Go ahead, Nate. This is a lie.
Yeah, it does not look.
This is a disgusting fucking lie. And here on the H3 show, we tell the truth.
Oh, why does it lie?
And soon we're going to be able to do that. So I'm really very grateful and excited for that.
Yeah. Wow.
Today's episode is sponsored by our friends over at Sundays for Dogs. And my dogs are happily munching it up. I think, Lena, are you here? I think Olive's ate everybody's food.
Yeah, she's been doing that. I'm gonna give her some more.
Alfredo looks hungry, but he just needs some. I guess just sit with him to protect his food from all of the destroyer. Yes, sir. We've got. Okay, so we're trying something a little bit new today here. We are going to be, as I discussed previously, we were looking at Smush. It was on the show, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, what the fuck? They were like killing it. Super successful series where they just looking at Reddit shit. I says, first of all, I invented reacting to Reddit on YouTube, okay? If anybody owns this format, it's me.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
You're gonna make that claim right now?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Dan.
You invented it. You were the first person to ever make a video
revolutionized it. He revolutionized it.
I mean, I was a
That's
trailblazer.
a different thing. That's a different thing.
I was a trailblazer.
He was.
And so I look at Smosh and I say, okay, well, that's great. It's doing great for them. So therefore, vis-a-vis, it should do great for us too, right, Dan?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we got, see, they don't have shit like this over there at Smosh.
They probably do.
Probably not.
Probably not as good.
Not as funny as me.
As a blank title?
Dan, I can't help but notice you've kept the hairstyle.
Yeah, we got to talk actually. So
look at Dan.
The reviews are in particular from the wife, and the reviews are thumbs up. This is a big issue. This is a problem because right now you and I have the exact same facial hair, and that's cringe.
But we look different. It does different things to our face.
No, one of you has to change, and quite frankly, Dan does it better.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it.
You can't be absolutely fucking kidding me.
I mean, I'm not being so
hold on.
serious.
I mean, you agree that we both can't have the same facial.
I don't think it's a problem.
You look like sisters.
I wouldn't have told you to do it otherwise, because this is my look.
I think it was good on both of you, but yeah, I just kind of feel like with Dan, it's a little. Seems natural.
What are you guys doing right now? What is this weird coordinated?
I see it on him.
Did you guys discuss this beforehand? Like, what is this?
No,
Why are you doing
on
this?
both of you. It's like,
well,
you
then
know when
I
Simba
don't know what to
climbed
tell you.
Pride Rock, like
he
was meant to be king. That's Dan.
That's
me.
He
was meant
Simba.
to have that.
You're teenage Simba.
He was an
Listen,
adult.
you do whatever the fuck you want.
What I want is for you to shave off your mustache.
Well, that's not happening, buddy.
Also, on the technical standpoint, it confuses me.
What? You can't tell us apart?
I mean, I don't blame him. We have the exact same
Hold
facial
on,
hair.
Nate. You can't tell us apart? We're in totally different backgrounds. We look different. He has blue eyes. I have hazels.
You can see how confused he is. You can imagine how Nate feels.
I kind of agree, and I'm only going to start playing the music for Dan.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys are being mean.
Oh.
It's actually not.
Okay, I'm not trying to be mean.
I've been through a lot
about it.
lately. I'm dealing with a lot.
Yeah, no, for
and
sure.
now I feel that I'm being bullied.
You're being bullied for having red hair?
Dude, I fucking invented this look, bro. I'm the one that brought it to the table.
I take issue with that, actually. You already claimed to invent Reddit Reacts.
I did. That's provably true.
Highly skeptical
You're the
about.
originator of so many different things.
Yeah.
Well, you say
an
that
inventor.
like ironically, but I am.
No,
I've been
I'm
on
saying it
YouTube.
seriously.
I am the originator.
You are.
Okay. Exactly, man.
We only tell the truth on the H3
Get hyped,
podcast.
guys. We're going to be doing Tales from Red over here. Oh, we have a rule, okay? Actually, maybe I should say this when we get into it, but I'll say it real quick. We will not question
What rules?
the validity of these posts. So do not ask us, are they real? Say this is fake, whatever. We will not with peace and love, because otherwise what's the point? Right?
Right. We're suspending disbelief here today.
Exactly. That's what we
For
do.
the sake of the bit.
It's going to be a hard day for me.
It's a sacrifice, so we're willing to make.
Love is going to be like that meme of the guy with his veins bulging.
Yeah.
So I've sent something in the Discord here, if you don't mind popping that open, that I think disproves your previous statement about inventing this facial hair.
All right, well, first of all, I know what you're going to send. Go ahead,
I wasn't
love.
going to bring it up myself, but, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's been...
Did you have a beard?
Well, maybe.
It looks like just a mustache.
It's more of a
No,
natural...
no.
It's a
No, you
natural
can see hair
formation
on
of
your
my
chinny
beard,
chin.
yeah.
On his chinny chin
Well,
chin.
I hate to pull this card, but my dad's been doing this for like decades, and it's
That's not
family
true.
legacy.
It's not the exact same.
It's not the same.
It's a
Pull it up.
family legacy, bro.
Well,
What do you mean it's not the same?
let's
That's
take a
my
look at-
natural growth. That's just...
Why'd you cut it?
completely-
It looks better like this, just so you know.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Personally, I think this looks really good. I would grow it out.
All
You don't
three
like
of
what's
you
going
now?
on
All
right
three
now?
of us.
I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
You look pretty fucking.
I appreciate that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't believe that this is your dad's
Yeah.
facial hair. I've never seen him
What
with
he
this
cut the
facial
soul
hair.
patch? Yeah, no, you're wrong.
This is so...
Zooming in on Wallace. Cujo.
Well, this is
Gary
so
Klein.
scary.
How do I type this? Gary Klein, Ethan Klein. Let's see. There's gonna be a fandom, Gary Klein fandom page. Let's see
That's...
here. That's it.
The Gary Klein fan page.
What disability does Ethan Klein have? I love that.
There it is.
That's the number one. Does Ethan have PTSD?
And that's what's suggested under the Wikipedia article?
He got a parrot in season 2 to help with PTSD.
Is Ethan Klein a character on Chicago Med? Is that what I was seeing just there?
Here, look. This is what I grew up with.
That is not the facial hair that you or I have right
Yeah,
now.
that's just straight up
And there
lies.
you are as a child. You immediately just disproved yourself.
That's for real, just a mustache.
That is you growing up, and he just has a mustache in that photo.
Yeah, he switched it up.
When?
He's always switching it up. I don't see one where he's normal.
No, he usually has a soul patch, so you guys
That
are wrong.
Tom Selleck drip.
Find
dude.
out. Yeah, we need a picture proof here, I think.
Look, I don't know what you guys are getting at. It's not happening. You can do a poll if you want. I am not going to be bound by nor the polls.
You don't care about democracy?
What are you doing? Everyone's talking about. No, I don't. Not on this show.
Ethan Klein
Ethan-
is like
This isn't the government.
Well, what
okay?
is the poll?
We don't cast votes. Okay.
What is the poll that you like
I
to
am
put
the
up?
dictator. This is an authoritarian show.
I understand. And dear leader, what would you like me to poll?
Does Ethan need to shave? See, obviously people are going to say yes for jokes.
So you don't want the poll?
Guys, please be honest and know that it hurts my feelings, this joke. You could say, does Ethan... Oh, how about this? Can they both have the same facial hair?
Okay. Can they
I don't give a
both
fuck about
have
your
the
feelings.
same-
You are offensive to me.
Who says yours looks better than mine anyway? His looks too full. He looks like a biker.
I heard a few people.
He doesn't have that... Like, this song is me. That
The
song,
song is
he
you.
needs
I
like
look like a biker?
Yes.
Like
you
a
look like a fucking
motorcycle-
Nazi, bro.
A
Straight
Nazi?
up.
Hell
Straight
no.
up. Take
Where
the
fuck
beanie
did
off.
that come from?
Take the beanie off, skinhead.
No way. Can they both have the same facial hair? Yes or no? Start poll.
I wonder if there's anybody who's never seen this show, if they click on and then they see the camera switch from the host to Dan, and then they're like, huh?
Yeah,
They have the same
Think of
facial
it this
hair.
way. Think of it this way, Ethan. If we were watching somebody else's podcast and we
Yeah.
were dunking on them, and it cut from the host to his producer, and the producer had the same facial hair, we would point that out and laugh.
You should
about it.
probably
We
cut your
would.
hair then, if it's that big of a deal.
You
to
made me do this by winning that poker tournament.
Okay.
So it's kind of on you.
I didn't make my... Listen, first of all, they're lying. It looks okay on you, all right? If we're really going to split hairs here, I was going to be nice and say it looks good. It looks okay. For me, you've seen the comments, you've seen the posts. Everybody's going, Ethan's hot now. Like, the verdict is in. I'm sorry, Dan. Like, just give me a fucking break, dude.
I'll
okay?
give you a break. We're watching somebody else. I mean, the poll, can they both have the same facial hair? Yes. So
that's my opinion. I don't know why y'all have to even be like trying to drive a wedge. What kind of what state-sponsored terrorism is this?
I just don't think that they have the same mindset that I do as a producer. And again, as I just explained, it's such an obvious dunking point for the haters.
All right, go ahead and ask them, Dan. Who looks better? Go ahead and ask them, Dan.
Okay,
you want to know so bad?
I don't want to know necessarily.
Yes, you do.
It's what I've been hearing.
Stop it
it's
right
what
now.
I've been hearing.
You have okay. People have been saying that Dan's a skinhead.
Nobody but you has ever said that.
People have been
No one but you has ever said that, and
You
no
don't
one
know
believes
that?
you.
You
I do,
actually
because I've
can't
never
prove
seen that.
Well, I've never seen everybody walking around talking.
Have you
about
ever
how
seen
good it is.
another single person say that?
Did Dan's a skinhead? I've
Yeah,
seen
one.
It. Yes.
You've seen one person
Yes, I
say
have.
that.
I have several
me.
times in different situations. Okay. I always defended you, by the way. I said I don't think he's a skinhead. That doesn't make sense.
You're a hero.
I've never seen anything that would suggest he's a skinhead.
Content Nuke Dan's Ford look.
Now, guys, please be honest, and just remember, the people said we can have the same look. So at the end of the day, give me a break. But also, don't do it for the jokes, okay? It hurts my feelings, and I'm vulnerable right now.
I was gonna. So
Maybe you all should vote for Ethan.
Should I
Oh,
not?
Yeah, maybe
please,
I will.
Dan, don't try to start hiding.
I mean, you
behind that.
you're falling apart over there.
Okay, Dan is hedging now. He's protecting his ego.
Okay,
Put
Ethan
put
and Dan.
the poll up.
It's done. It's done.
I have the song labeled as Dance the Bond. Should I change that or?
Listen, you guys have your job to do. Okay, do your fucking job. Play the music. I don't care what it's called. All right. And frankly, neither does the audience. 59% says my
It looks
facial
like you're
haircut.
winning. It looks like you're winning.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
shit, I'm winning, Dan.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to shave it.
And are you being honest, Olivia? You like his better? You really want to be on record saying that?
If I'm really being honest with you, I was stirring the pot. I think that you look lovely. And if I'm going to be extra honest, I may have voted for you just now.
Oh!
There it is.
Whoa.
But don't tell anybody.
Whoa.
Because
Don't mention it.
because you're supposed to shave.
This is a failed coup. You know what that is, Dan?
That's
You're
true.
going straight to fucking the gulags.
Felt too bad.
We tried.
Another
we tried what we
failed
could.
coup over here at the H3 show. Thank you to everyone who voted for me. I genuinely do appreciate that. And everybody who tried to support Dan in this coup will not be forgotten.
Tyler says Ethan looks like a Walmart Frank Zappa in a good way.
You know what, guys?
They said in a good way.
You know what? You know that thing where Saddam Hussein brings everyone into like the Congress and locks the doors?
And grenades them all or whatever?
No,
Yeah.
he starts calling them out by name and being like, yeah, that's what's going to be happening here if you force my hand.
Okay.
Okay? I have Jeff and Cody outside to escort you.
Oh, no, Cody.
To your ultimate destination.
Oh, man. I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
All right. Actually, I want to shout out this shirt. What a nice color. What a
Shout
nice
it out.
fabric. It's beautiful. It's heavy. It feels so nice. It's got this really nice distressed quality on
like
the
acid
sleeves and on the neck. I really like the neckline too. I don't like when it's too loosey-goosey. I like when it rides.
It looks very
Kissed his
cool.
old nasty pig stinking neck.
So, you know what I mean? If you go on to teddyfresh.com, you will witness this wonderful shirt that's available for you to buy. What do you want? You got...
You may even witness it being pinned on your screen right now. Wow. You might witness that.
Here it is. Look at this. Washed and Frayed, man. Washed and Afraid. The name of Hasan.
Reality show?
That's gonna be Hasan's. That's gonna be Hasan's reality in a year from now. Washed and Afraid.
SS on Pike KKK
He said it. The man literally called himself KKK.
Dan KKK Clancy.
Dan Clancy is a part of the Ku Klux Klan, and what else?
SS.
I don't think that's true.
And Hasan
Pike,
is
KKK,
part of this Nazi party. He's part of the SS.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
That is crazy. I feel that soundbite potential.
Anywho,
I'm going to bed now.
The original one or like
No, the mash.
Okay.
Yeah, the mash. All right, well, we got some stuff to get to.
Another tale from Reddit.
Yes, we're very excited. We're all very excited, but it's not actually time yet to do that. First, we have to talk about XQC reacting to Olivia having a crush on him. Olivia, you've been outed.
Yeah.
Did you feel butterflies watching this?
I certainly felt embarrassed. I secondly, yeah, sure.
Female juicers exist. Confirmed on H3.
Oh my God. I'm a female.
I don't know if you're a
You're
juicer.
Tried and true. I'm a female juicer.
Like, I don't think you're a consumer of his content. You just think he's cute.
Right.
And emaciated in a cute heroin way.
Right.
Oh, there's no audio. Wow, big fucking surprise.
Unfortunate. None of the Spotify bots attended the show though. Looked pretty quiet this year, bro. What?
No.
That is the dumbest. Oh, not Steiny.
But guys, his little name has kick in it. He's defending his coworker.
Oh, he has
as well.
a. You're right. He has a.
What? Everybody keeps saying that.
Bro, what do you mean? Because the only people defending him are these idiots on Kick. Like, there's no rationale for this. You are obviously just riding Drake's dick because you just sat with him and did a stream with him. You know what I mean?
When I watched this yesterday, I noticed that his chat mostly agreed with you.
Of course they do. Like, bro, you are like so transparent. Why even say anything, man?
Defending co-worker, brother. That has nothing to do with it.
It's true. It's true.
I believe him. I take back what I said. I believe him.
Dude, he's being kind of ironic. There's a little smirk. I'm not saying he's being ironic, but he knows he's
I think
wrong.
he knows he's being silly and holding his ground.
Yeah. It's such a hard...
It's not that serious of a conversation to begin with.
No, it's so funny how he knows he's wrong.
Yeah, he knows. Good point.
But this is particularly devastating to me.
You love him.
A little bit. It's just...
He might like you.
expected-
Should I ask?
No. We have to stop. We have to stop.
Should I ask if he thinks...
No. Because if I'm honest, I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No.
Well, I will only tell if he says yes.
Well, also because all his little... right. All his little juicer people are going to give their opinion. I don't want that.
You don't want the juice.
I don't want the juice opinions.
Yeah. All right.
But thank you for asking.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to say I may or may not do it. If I ask and he says, yes, you're cute, should I tell you? I'm probably not going to, right?
Okay, if you do end up asking, which please don't.
And I won't.
Right.
I won't.
I would like to know.
Okay. Yeah, good. I got you. But I'm not going to, so don't even look forward to that happening.
For sure.
Yeah. Cringe. I don't even have a way to talk to him.
Roger that.
SQC, do we follow each other on Instagram?
Okay, Ethan.
No.
Ethan, stop. Put it down.
Hold on.
Hold on.
He's a huge creator. I need to make sure I'm not. What? He only
Now,
has
put
500,000
that phone
followers? That's so cringe.
Put that phone down.
It's so cringe.
I'm just saying, hey man, what's up? How's good?
No, you can't do it.
I didn't.
Okay, perfect. Let's move forward.
Type.
I feel a genuine kinship to him. I watch him like I watch a baby. Like when I just want to like make
That's
sure
not
everything's
that,
good. Do you know what I mean?
That is not
something you want to hear if you're trying to court someone.
Right.
Certainly not. Well,
That's-
I also wasn't expecting him to ever watch
Would you take
this.
it back?
No, I do watch him like he's a baby.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to overcome.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel love.
Like a motherly love. Like,
Yeah.
make sure he doesn't choke while
I wanna
he's
make
eating
sure-
alone.
yeah.
You think he's hot?
Yo, come on, man. Really, dude? Why is he asking that?
Seriously?
Right.
What
You're
are you
stirring the
doing?
pot.
I'm riding for you, bro. You know what? I'm doing what Hasan would do for Destiny. Oh, I'm sorry. That seems kind of gross when I'm talking about you. I'm just trying to set myself up. Go ahead, Zach. That's not at all my intention.
Go ahead, Zach.
That's not at all my intention. I was just trying to play this embarrassing Hasan soundbite.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
I just saying like the wingman thing. That's not my, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Baby.
Yeah, exactly. How's he gonna get defensive?
Also, this take is pretty good. It's a solid take, I think. I think it's a solid take.
No, it's not. Okay. Didn't have a lot to
No.
say about it. Really wasn't much of a highlight, was it? He didn't
No.
even really say anything.
He reacted. He watched it.
He reacted.
Because he invented the idea of watching stuff instead of reacting. He's just watching.
But
Analyze his
yeah.
cuteness right now, because this is a really clear shot of his face.
I think you are overestimating, how much I like XQC.
Yeah, play it cool. Play it
I'll
cool, girl.
compliment
You're
him.
severely
He looks,
overestimating.
yeah, he looks cute.
I find it amazing how much he keeps up with his hair.
I agree. I
It's
totally
not
agree.
easy keeping up with blonde.
It looks the same every fucking
yeah,
day,
but
which
his
is
roots
impressive.
would
Yeah.
grow in unless he's keeping up with this. So.
They're nicely,
I had blonde hair.
blend.
It's not easzy. Shout out.
Did you? I don't know if you noticed this Pokemon collection
Oh.
behind him.
I did notice it.
Wow.
That was really cool.
That's
So
sick.
impressive.
That's pretty fucking hot. I want to do a tribute on that thing.
Stand in line.
Okay.
To get in line,
You
buddy.
like Pokemon
Dude,
I'm gonna
that
do
bad?
I'm gonna be the the first 1,000 men to come on a collection of Pokemon cards.
I think that's even cooler. That's a printout. Like that's how they come out of the machine. It's uncut. So I think they're still too like.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
pretty
I'm
big
gonna
deal.
redefine what it means to be a juicer. We're not talking about Reddit yet, Zach. Zach, we're not talking about Reddit, okay? Please.
You just mean not yet.
Not yet.
Right.
Well, that was fun. Anywho, Wendy Williams speaks out from behind the glass of this clip fucked me up. Here's
Looking
Wendy
at
Williams
you behind
screaming
that-
from her window,
This is crazy.
which I
she's
believe
like-
is in
So scary.
Manhattan. It is
window, which is the
psycho.
only
It looks like
way
Gone Girl.
I can communicate with
She's
you
like
now.
Fiona. She needs to be.
Look at
It
this.
feels like you're screaming for help. Are you allowed to go out?
No. In the last 30 days, I went out twice.
This sounds more like a prison
Oh,
than
so she's allowed out. Why is she lying? She's
Twice.
allowed out. She went out twice.
You're right.
That's
Close
how much
it.
I went out in the past 30 days too. Dude, this shot of her talking from the window is crazy.
It's cinematic scary.
Yes.
That's how dramatic scary it is.
This is somehow topping the Britney conservatorship just because of the drama we see her in the window.
Yeah.
The visuals, yeah.
Brittany, we saw the aftermath and her like looking for freedom. Now I think we're prepped to see when people are struggling, and we were on the free Wendy Williams train, and she is.
How old is she?
She needs help. People need to help her.
How old is Wendy?
I'll find out.
She's 60. I mean, damn, she's young. 60 is like.
It's the new 50.
It's
which
not
is
that old.
It's the new 40. People have been saying.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you worried about getting older, Dan? I mean, you're not quite at 40, but I feel like I'm starting to think about aging more than I ever have.
Well, sure. I mean, you are like in your mid 40s now.
39. 39.
This is going to be a difficult conversation if we can't be honest with ourselves, Ethan.
Bro, the gaslighting is just out of control, okay? It's anti-Semitic. Don't make me do that joke again. The Jews have been gassed enough, Dan. Don't stop, okay?
It's crazy.
And especially for a skinhead like you to be making jokes like that.
Anywho.
Anyway, Wendy.
Independence.
I want my rights back. I want my freedom back.
You deserve it, girl.
TMZ presents.
I don't care if she's crazy. Give this woman her freedom back.
Yep.
You have no right to cage her. You know what I mean?
Saving Wendy. Now streaming on Tubi.
I love how it's like
Tubi.
exclusive.
It's a Tubi exclusive.
This woman's horrors and confinement. Learn more
Live now.
exclusively on Tubi.
On Tubi.
It says you can watch for free, actually.
It's crazy to think Brittany was 26 years old when she was put in her conservatorship.
That's fucking insane.
And she was under it for 13 years.
Holy shit.
You know what should have happened to her dad?
Ask Wendy.
Go ahead,
Yep.
Zach. Tell us. Wendy, you know.
Die! Die!
That's what she said about him.
He did.
And it's ironic because Brittany's future was soon to be her own.
Yep.
Right. So we're passing the torch.
Fuck. It's more like they're in a gold bird cage, Dan. You heard about that before?
They're in a gold.
That's very
bird cage?
poetic.
Yeah, you never heard about the golden bird cage?
I can understand the analogy.
Well, you're not well read like me, but yeah.
What is it from?
It's part of vernacular.
It's just part of vernacular. So
Yeah.
you're not familiar with the source.
It's probably from Shakespeare or some shit. I don't know. He invented all this shit.
That's a safe guess. Safe guess.
Golden bird cage. Let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT. Where did the idea of a
Are you talking about Yume no Shizuku Kin no Torigako?
Originate.
The Japanese historical drama and romance manga? Written and illustrated by
No, it's didn't come
Shinohara?
from manga. What are you talking about?
This was the first results on Golden Birdcage.
The idea of a golden birdcage as a literary symbol and motif originates from the contrast between luxury and captivity, which is obvious, right? Thank you, Lena.
Duh.
Yeah, I mean, but it appeared. It's appeared, and this is what I said, Dan. It's appeared in various forms of literature, poetry, and folklore over the centuries, as going back as early as 600 BCE.
Wow. Wow.
Well, there's many fables that feature bird cages symbolizing a loss of freedom, despite being comfortable.
That's
Even this is interesting. The same analogy appeared also in Chinese and Persian poetry. So this is something.
Aliens, you think?
Don Quixote.
Do you think it was aliens?
Don
Are
Quixote.
the cause of that?
I think so.
Just like the pyramids? Oh, hi, Olive.
Ohio.
So yeah, it's just something you know if you're knowledgeable about literature and culture.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm glad to be filled in.
So she's in a golden bird cage. Shout out Tubi. Who the fuck's on Tubi?
About 97 million people, apparently.
No shot.
I looked it up just like an hour
I
ago.
don't know a single person that watches Tubi.
No, I think
It's got a
people
dumb
fuck
name,
with Tubi a little bit, man.
Dude, I think
I watch sometimes.
Yeah.
You have a Tubi?
Well, because sometimes when you're looking for movies and it's like only available on Tubi.
True.
So it just makes it convenient.
Is that just like a desktop based, or it's like a phone app? What is it?
Yeah, you can get it as an app on your TV.
I think most smart TVs and stuff have it.
So
That's why.
I have a theory. My 2 TVs that I've ever owned has come with it pre-installed, and you can use it without logging in.
I believe it's. I think it's like Fox or something.
You can use it without logging in.
think-
Wait, that's
does
kind
anyone
of
know?
It's
badass.
free, I think.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. I watched some sort of.
Hulu started as a free app. Remember that shit?
I think this is them trying to do that. Yeah, it's owned by the Fox Corporation.
We've watched it just for like stupid movies. Like there was one me and Lena watched where there was these sex robots that like fought back and like took over the world or some shit. It was crazy.
Serious movie?
No, I mean I think it was meant to be serious, but it
Was it a high budget film?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
It was like
Oh,
50
everybody,
bucks.
right? They had the Super Bowl.
Isn't that Westworld?
No.
Is that? Are you confusing it with Westworld?
Man, I wish. Let me see if I can find that movie. I'll send you a screen cap.
That is basically Westworld, though.
Yeah.
They had their Super Bowl commercial was pretty funny.
Okay, guys, we got to move on. All right.
Off Tubi?
We got to stop talking about Tubi now.
Okay.
We're not being paid, and
I'm
nobody.
ready to move on. In fact, I'm ready to move on to somebody who is paying us, namely Sunday for Dogs.
Let's do Sunday for Dogs. I'm gonna blast through the goofs and gas, and then we're gonna get to the straight up tales, the stories, the
Zach, drop it.
Another tale from Reddit.
And as I've just proven with my golden birdcage reference, I have a depth of knowledge, culture, literature, and etc. that I believe I can bring to the table when coaching, advising, reacting to these stories. Yeah.
In like a life coach kind of sense? Like, what do you mean coaching?
In the sense that I'm instructing them on what the best course of action is.
Okay.
Do you not know what coaching means? I mean, golden birdcage, I understand not knowing, but coaching?
Man, these face hairs are really putting a wedge between you
He
guys.
started it. He started it.
I don't know, dude. He
absolutely
You won
started
that poker game.
It changed you.
That might be the start.
Yeah, it did change me. I became, that's the day I became, what's my name? Esteban. What's your name, Dan? What's your alter ego?
I think didn't we settle on Dan Quixote?
Dan Quixote's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not a real name though.
It was originally Dan Staban, but
let me thank our wonderful sponsors.
Let's do that.
Sunday for Dogs. I love these guys, but more importantly, my dogs love these guys. I have a bag here when I feed the doggies when they come. I have one at home too. And you guys saw, they demolished that shit. Actually, bring me the bag because I like to show it. It's really cool. What's different is that this is human grade food. So, not that you should eat it.
And not that it's made of humans.
It's not made of humans.
Clarify.
Thank you. But what it is basically it's the quality, more a statement on the quality, that it's safe for humans to eat. And frankly, we all wish the best for our dogs. If I'm feeding them food, it should be of that level of quality. And that's what Sunday Dogs is all about. It's air dried. And here, let me show you. You put the way that they have it shaped is really convenient. You don't have to smash it. You don't have to mix it up with. You don't have to open any cans with the dry food. It comes in these like really nice, like beef jerky chunks. Smells like shit, which is good. They love that. I say that it's true. The stinkier, the better. Dogs enjoy it. Where's Olive? Olive, come eat this. Show them how much you love it, Olive. But so, I mean, the quality of food is good and it's delicious. They love it. Here, put this on the ground there, and then you can go to the God cam and just watch, just witness the power of, look at this. Watch this. Oh, Ducky's getting in the fray. Duck, I got food for everybody.
Uh-oh, fight incoming.
Here, like, oh, wait. Here, Ducks. Here, give this to Ducky. Wish him well. It's healthy. It's easy to store and serve. And, you want the best for your dogs. It's fresh made from a short list of human-grade ingredients. It was founded by a doctor, a practiced veterinarian. Contains 90% meat, 10% vegetables, 0% synthetic ingredients. Store in a cool, dry place. Oh, finish it within 8 weeks. It says you can also store it in the fridge if you want to. Maybe you want it to last longer than that. But first ingredient: chicken liver, egg, oat, pumpkin, kale, ground bone, fish oil. So like this is all real ingredients. There's no crazy preservatives. Parsley, turmeric, chicory root, dried kelp. I'll go on and on, but it's got carrots, apples, tomatoes, shiitake, mushrooms, broccoli. It's like, holy moly.
That's nice.
Maybe I should eat it. Sounds healthy as crap.
For sure.
It is nice, though, knowing that if there is a nuclear holocaust, this is available. This option is available to. If you're buying dog food, at least have, leave the option open to yourself.
How would you prepare it?
Just eat it.
Just raw?
Well, you're in a fucking, it's post-apocalyptic.
I was thinking maybe I'll put it in water and boil a little bit.
I'll try all the different ways.
Sure.
Yeah, it depends what condiments I have available.
Right, of course.
But, they're awesome, man. I love these guys, and my dogs love it. They go crazy for it. So easy to serve. The food is air-dried. Oh, not freeze-dried. Okay, it's air-dried. Interesting. That's how beef jerky is cured too, right? Kind of the same thing?
I think so.
Yeah. And they have this amazing offer. Listen to this. 50% off your first order. That is insane.
Wow.
Go to sundaysfordogs.com/
H3 Show or H3?
Both work. H3 Show or H3 and use the code H3 Show or H3 and you'll get 50% off your first order. That's phenomenal. So it's already going to be like cheaper than the other options out there. Give it a shot. See that your dogs love it, and you and your dog are going to be hooked on Sundays for Dogs. So thank you to them. What a terrific sponsor. Thank you. We have so much fun here. The time just flies by.
It's true.
That's true.
It really does. All right, let's go fly through these goofs and gaffs.
Oh, I love this first.
Okay,
day.
this was on my feed. This is a straight up Ethan Klein feed original.
Wow.
And there's been a lot of crazy shit on my feed that seems like viral potential that doesn't have a lot of views. I mean, this clip is nuts. Here, listen closely.
Cost the same amount.
Let me go back.
It doesn't matter if it's this watch.
All right, now listen closely, and then I want you guys. Have you seen this? Like, have you on the?
I watched it like 3 times and went to his website too to try and understand. And I'm not.
Have you seen this?
I'm not
AB?
smart enough.
Ian, have you seen this?
I have not.
So I want you to listen carefully, okay? And tell me at the end of this, what is his advice?
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Because I pay for things with offers, everything costs the same amount. It doesn't matter if it's this watch or this phone or a brand new car or a private jet. It all costs the same amount. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I'm going to look at something I'd like to buy, and it's outside my current spending comfort zone. A car. I'm going to buy a $100,000 car. So I can look at that car, and if I make $100,000 a year, I ask the question, is this worth a year of my life? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create an offer. I'm going to create a $5,000 offer, and this $5,000 offer is going to create a transformation for somebody that's worth $50,000 to them. So they're going to pay me $5,000. So when I create the offer, I have to use creativity to create the offer. I gave them the offer. They paid me for it, but I still have the offer. They bought it, but I still have it, which means I can sell it to somebody else. So this one person that gave me $5,000, that doesn't preclude me from selling that same $5,000 offer to another person or another 10 people or another 100 people or another 1,000 people. So I still have the offer. I still have the creativity that I used to create the offer, and I have the money. Now I take the money and I go buy the car. I don't have the money anymore, but I have the car, the creativity, and the offer, which means I can go sell the offer again and replace the money that I no longer have because I spent it on the car.
Yeah,
Because I pay for
this blew my mind. This is guru shit on Instagram right now. Go ahead, Davey, and anyone else.
Yeah, I don't know. At some points, I thought you said about a pyramid scam. Some points, it sounded like you talking about putting a down payment on a car.
I don't think it's a pyramid. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
Do I need to play it again? I mean, it's the offers, bro.
It's offer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably great rewatch value.
The only, like, to be serious about it, the only way I can interpret is if offer means like a business, like you're off, like selling a service.
No, he says he creates an offer and he says it's worth $5,000, but it's worth $50,000 to somebody else. But then the person gives them $5,000.
No, they give him 50,000.
No, I thought that at first too.
Okay, hold on, because that changes everything. That throws my interpretation to the wind. Wait,
see, this is what I think. The genius is making people watch this over and over. Maybe he's, yeah.
People are saying he found an IRL infinite money glitch.
This only had like 5,000 views or something when I saw it, so it's really not popping.
Things with offers. Everything costs the same amount. It doesn't matter if it's this watch or this phone or a brand new car or a private jet. It all costs the same amount. Now I know that's
where do these fucking like dollar store gurus all get together and shoot these shows? Like these weird, not real podcasts that just end up on Instagram and TikTok and whatever. Where are they shooting these? What is this? Is this one person shooting all this?
I mean, this is me totally speculating, so don't sue me. I'm not slandering you. I'm saying that I don't know. However, I think that he runs a multi-level marketing scam. The guy he's talking to that is interviewing him likely works for him. I guess it could be a friend of his or something. But they're all it's all about projecting this artificial reality that they're like super successful and you can become super successful too. You just need to give him money and he'll tell you.
He didn't even ask for money. He just wants offers.
Yeah, he's working his way towards that.
It's like one of the things where you trade like a paper clip all the way up to a car type of situation.
Sure, yeah.
That's very time consuming though.
True.
Sounds crazy. I'm going to look at something I'd like to buy, and it's outside my current spending comfort zone. A car. I'm going to buy a $100,000 car. So I can look at that car, and if I make $100,000 a year, I ask the question, is this worth a year of my life? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create an offer. I'm going to create a $5,000 offer, and this $5,000 offer is going to create a transformation for somebody that's worth $50,000 to them. Right. So they're going to pay me $5,000.
Wait, why are they paying him $5,000?
Because it's going to make them $50,000.
But now he has the same amount of money.
Is it like a sweepstakes thing? Is that what he's getting at?
No.
Like someone paying-
It's a fair guess. It doesn't seem like it because what is an offer? He's creating an offer that's creating value for someone where they're giving him money.
See, maybe the way I'm interpreting is he buys a $100,000 car and then puts it up for a $5,000 entry sweepstakes.
No, but he wants to buy the car and he can't afford it. That's the premise.
This just sounds like it. Like the end, it sounds like a long explanation for him just buying something.
I don't know how this isn't a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's like literally some silly, like off the wall sketch.
If you'd really like to know more, I found his website, and I think it.
Let me finish, and then we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So when I create the offer, I have to use creativity to create the offer. I gave them the offer. They paid me for it, but I still have the offer. They bought it, but I still have it, which means I can sell it to somebody else. So this one person gave me $5,000. That doesn't preclude me from selling that same $5,000 offer to another person.
I think he might be the Riddler.
I think this is a riddle.
I think he is the Riddler.
What's an offer if I sell it to you for $5,000, but I keep the offer? What is? Anyway, so show me his website.
I think it's the next link in there, or the last link in that little subsection here.
This is the same clip, one in A?
No, this one, B.
No. Making... Okay, so he's very offer focused.
He's very offer.
You are about to discover the solution to the biggest mistake that failing businesses make. MakeMoreOffersChallenge.com is the URL. The Make More Offers Challenge. I want to make offers, man.
How to stop paying
I want to
for
make
things
offers
with-
right now.
Congratulations for landing on this page. This is the day that changed your life. As you can see, it says behind me, Make More Offers Challenge. I want to invite you to join us at the Make More Offers Challenge.
Look how
and
happy he
we'll
is.
change
Look
your
at her, she's
life
free.
for the rest of your life. The Make More Offers Challenge is a 5-day challenge that my son and I created to teach people how to stop paying for things with money and start paying for things with offers. Everything that I paid for in my life, I paid for with offers. And I submit to you that if you think you have a money problem, you don't have a money problem. You have an
You have
offer
to pay
problem.
him
You either
to
have a
find
lead
out.
generation
Is he
offer
talking
problem,
about
which
like
means you don't have
barter? Is he barter?
So
He's a barter?
I think from looking at the rest of the website that it's likely
he's talking about bartering.
I think it's like leads lists and stuff. This is like deep like sales marketing weird shit. Like
what? It's got to have a more wider appeal to convert anybody on this landing page.
Well, there's a lot more info.
This guy's like, dude thinks they've been trading beads and shit, you know what I mean, for a long time. Like bartering. We know about bartering.
Mm-hmm.
We moved past bartering. Not that it's bad. Sometimes it's good, but fiat money is definitely, probably if you're trying to buy a car, $100,000 car, they're probably going to want money, not beads.
Or like he makes an offer for the $100,000 of $5,000. I'm going to pay $5,000.
But this is an offer, and I keep the offer. I keep the $5,000.
It makes no sense.
Sell to. You have a core product offer problem, which means you have enough people to sell to. But
there's an interesting proposition here from Mark. He donated $5 and said, "Ethan, here's my $5 offer. Please give it back so I can continue to give it to others until I have $100,000." I think this guy figured it out.
Give it back.
Okay, I'll refund you right now, Mark.
She's so heavy, it's crazy. Being used to like these tiny dogs, and if I'm trying to like pick her up and put her on the bed, it's like, oh my god.
She's so perfect. I was saying earlier, I could watch her walk around forever. It's like I'm at the zoo.
Yeah, her and Ducky are such a funny couple. They really get on so well. They play all the time, and it's so cute because he's so small and she's so big.
Mm-hmm.
An unlikely pairing.
It so is. Here they go. They just started.
The best of both worlds.
It's
and
true.
Ducky is so scrappy. Like, if anyone turns it up too, actually, I don't know. She sometimes turns it up pretty crazy, but he can always hang. If anyone turns it up too crazy, it's usually him. Yeah. All right, Ducky. Anyway. Back to the offer thing.
You have a premium value offer problem, which means you're generating enough leads and you're making enough sales, but you're not making enough profit.
Okay.
So you might be doing $300,000 a year and operating on like a 22% profit margin. Well, that's not going to work. So you don't have a premium value offer, or your business is feast or famine. Some months are great, other months are terrible. Well, that's because you don't have a customer retention offer or a continuity offer. And so in
that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was a great little graphic.
You guys know what they say. Passive income, right? offers and all that.
A
Check this
customer
out.
retention offer or a continuity offer.
Boom.
Do I need to say it any clearer?
Stamped.
Passive income offers. All right, I got to get out of this. Thank you, though. Good luck to you, buddy.
Good luck.
Wish you all the best. Are you hungry? You want some more Sundays for Dogs? .com? Use code H3.
H3 show?
You want 50% off? Here, try it, Ducky. Oh, yeah, he loves it. He took it right off the bat. He's a picky boy, too. God, that shit stinks, boy.
Boy.
Here. This is great, by the way. Sunday for Dogs. Code H3, 50% off your first order.
All right,
fantastic. All right. Alex Jones renders aid. This shit is so weird. This world is too weird to be real.
I gotta probably go render aid.
So Alex posted this.
I probably gotta go render
From his POV.
Yep.
The streets of Austin, Texas tonight, like something out of The Road Warrior. You can bet your ass this is happening all over the country tonight because of the Super Bowl. Get off the roads if you can. P.S. I apologize for snapping at the Longhorn fan. My adrenaline was high. Dude, that shit was so funny.
P.S.
This is totally insane. I'm driving home. Been only driven about 5 miles. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
He leaves his car
Twice.
on, by the way.
Cars
which I
going
think
down
is-
the wrong side of the
Keys
major
in
highway.
ignition.
Cars jumping curbs. I saw another wreck across the road. And then right here, I turned in here when I saw it. I just saw 2 cars.
Could be the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. You know, it always starts like that.
It seems to be what he's thinking is happening.
It's kind of hoping. That's why he left the engine on.
I mean, this is insane. Society's going crazy. And it's all
It's
because
not
of the
that
Super Bowl.
crazy, The society's falling apart, guys.
And it's all because of the Super Bowl.
I mean, this is like I've seen. Well, actually,
Don't really see any
there's
damage.
wrecks all over the place.
No. There's one. Okay, I see one damaged
I mean, this
car.
just happened like 1 minute ago. I just
this
pulled
does
over.
look like a bad accident, but
holy hell,
you know those happen.
Bread and circuses, man.
Bread and circuses, man.
Oh, we have someone. Okay.
Surprised we weren't dead.
I don't think she's injured, by the way. She's just upset.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm surprised more people aren't dead."
Yeah, it's me.
It's not that serious. It's not that serious
I
of a
just literally
crash.
saw people going down the wrong side twice. I saw another wreck down the road.
I saw another wreck down the road.
And then I saw this car come shooting. Did you see it?
I saw this car come shooting down here.
I was pulling through here. It almost hit me. The car comes shooting across here the wrong way. This must be some some kind of game or something. You know.
The globalists are playing some kind of game on the roads.
They were telling us that they were coming in and
This guy.
I'm shooting this. This is news. I've seen massive wrecks all over the place here. It's the Super Bowl and it's a bunch of dumbasses. It's part of the hysteria society. So why do you come over to me when I'm talking about teenagers and run your fucking mouth?
just saying it's the teens.
Okay.
Dude, this guy did nothing.
Nothing at all.
I had to go back because I was like, wait, what did he say? This guy did nothing.
Because he's going against his narrative. He's going against Alex's
He
narrative.
didn't even, no, he didn't. He didn't even say anything.
Well, he didn't realize he was going against his narrative.
yeah,
No, he
yeah,
said,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, it's these like teenagers." And Alex is like, it's not the teenagers, man. They activated the signal on the Super Bowl. They like, this is it. This is the end of the world.
Manchurian candidate is activated.
Yeah,
The globalists are
exactly.
taking over our roads.
I don't give a shit. Okay.
You can just relax.
No, I'm not relaxed.
I can't relax. I don't know how. I'm impossible.
That's not.
I am physically incapable of relaxing.
Okay, good. All right. I'm not
This
trying to
poor guy, man.
All right.
He just got harassed by Alex Jones, bro. How do you even explain that?
Just imagine getting into a bad accident and you're like sitting on the side of the road and Alex Jones is just in your face out of nowhere screaming with a phone.
Surreal.
Like,
no one will believe you.
pulled over, and then I saw this car come shooting. Did you see it?
No, I'm
So
right
here everyone's
here.
just kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
The car comes shooting across here the wrong way. This must be some,
He's in Texas, man. I thought they were out of the reach of the globalists.
No.
I don't see anything like that happening in California.
They're coming to get him, bro. They followed him.
Yeah.
some kind of game or something. Yeah.
Teenagers got in an accident. That's what happened. Wow. They were telling us that they were
See,
coming in.
So
and-
he's
Hear
just
him?
saying
He's like teenagers got in an accident.
He's
That's what happened.
relaying what someone told him.
Right.
He's like, this girl said this.
And
he didn't say globalists.
Exactly. It's way too simple of an explanation.
Yeah.
And so it pisses Alex the fuck off.
Right.
I'd be pissed too.
It's like somebody saying the Reddit story isn't real. It's like, it's upsetting. He's breaking the suspension of disbelief that Alex lives in.
This guy, man. We're not there yet, Zach. Zach, if you keep playing it, it won't have any impact when we do the segment.
Dan said Reddit, so I thought, you know.
We say Reddit all the time.
That's
on the
his
show.
Manchurian
You can't be playing it
candidate
every time
trigger
someone
word.
says Reddit. I mean,
I heard Reddit.
we have a popular subreddit. We talk about Reddit all the time. You know?
I've seen massive wrecks all over the place here. It's the Super Bowl and it's a bunch of dumbasses. It's part of the hysteria of society.
He doesn't realize Alex is mad at him yet.
Yeah, he's just like,
he's like, wow, this is interesting.
So why do you come over to me
It's
when
the
I'm
team.
talking about teenagers and run your fucking
I'm
mouth?
just saying, it's the team. Relax, Alex.
Hey,
I recognize you. I know
I don't
who
give
you
a
are.
shit. Okay?
You can just relax.
No.
This guy actually handles it pretty well. That would be jarring as hell.
I'm not relaxed. Almost got hit on down the road.
Well, that's bad. That's not good.
Okay, good.
He's like, yeah, I don't want you to be hit. When did I say that? This guy's a legend, bro. The Longhorns legend.
All right, I'm not trying to be jerks, you know.
Yeah, he did. This girl,
wow, she's crying.
He just puts the camera in her face. Again,
God.
she's not hurt. She's just shocked. The globalists have this girl in tears. Let's go put a camera in her face. Lady, how do you feel about the globalists taking over this road and causing this accident? So funny, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like his audience were like, why were you so mean to that guy? Even his audience was like, might have been a bit harsh to that dude. Oh my goodness.
These are the most unreasonable people too. And for them to be against him is so funny.
He said, this person raises a good point. Why are you blaming a car accident on the Super Bowl? What's the logic? That they weren't paying attention to the road because they were watching the Super Bowl in their car?
Well, they've been drinking, probably.
No, I feel like I speak enough Alex Jones to understand. He's into all like the media predictive programming.
Manchurian
vibe.
shit.
Yeah, like there was something in the performance that you know
kind of like
triggered something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like magic.
Yeah. The simpler explanation is that people get drunk on the Super Bowl and get into car accidents.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean that's the same for but all like every like Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Halloween.
Yeah,
you got to be careful on the roads.
Yo, it's the night before Thanksgiving, right? It's the biggest drinking night of the year.
I mean, he's right. You generally should avoid the roads if you can on the biggest drinking night of the year.
He is giving good advice to avoid the roads.
They call it bar night in the Midwest.
How did they get home from bar night?
I don't know. They call it Keemstar.
You ever gone out drinking and like you see a bar full of people, like a whole ass bar full of people, a big ass lot of cars, and at the end of the night, all the cars are gone magically.
Yeah,
I have noticed that once or twice. Yeah.
How does that work? What is this magic?
They all have designated drivers, I'm sure.
But then somebody had to come and take their car too. Or do you think they're all there with a sober friend?
Yeah.
I could tell you the people in these bars are not sober.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm kidding. I see it literally anytime. I don't go out drinking. It's been like probably 2 decades since I did that. But you will see it at any bar or restaurant or whatever you go to. You see a fucking parking lot full of people drinking alcohol.
Honestly, I mean, obviously people still drive drunk, unfortunately, but at least in Los Angeles, which was not a town that had very good taxi service whatsoever pre-Uber, Uber changed things quite a bit.
True.
People take Ubers to go drinking.
True.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
and
agree.
good that they do.
Definitely saving lives.
Yeah.
Here in Los Angeles. Let's have a look here, shall we? All right, I'm trying to cut to the chase here because there's a lot of good stuff. Let's look. We have a big Nick update. This is crazy shit, bro.
Let me just gonna go viral.
I think so. Big Nick.
I heard that someone walked into the door and they saw Diddy naked in bed with 3 other men.
You actually went to a party where Diddy was at?
Yes. I'm gonna break this down.
So they invited Big Nick because they thought he was a child.
Oh no!
That's the only explanation for why he would be there.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, I know it's terrible. That's why. It's part of why it's such a terrible story. But yeah, Big Nick was at a Diddy party. How long ago were these Diddy parties allegedly? Like
for the last like 20 years.
They've been happening like even as recently as like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
guess
seemingly.
He's like the Great Gatsby, but a raper.
Yeah.
You know about that? book?
Allegedly.
Whatever. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure they did some.
What are you gonna do, Diddy?
I'm pretty sure they did some weird rituals with my foreskin. I have no confirmed evidence, but I'm pretty.
Diddy did a
what?
Oh, because it's in his yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure he still lives at that house, Zach?
Mm-hmm. Well, did.
Okay, that's not what I asked.
Well, he still lives there.
You said did.
Well, he's in prison now.
Can you?
Oh, he did. Gotcha.
Yeah. Diddy did.
Diddy did live there.
Yeah.
Diddy done did it again. Doggone it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably did a ritual on your foreskin. Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
Diddy has multiple different parties. The party that I went to, there was a separation. There's an upstairs and there's a downstairs. The upstairs is guarded by security guards. These Hollywood parties are done to transition you to the freak out parties. I'm not gonna lie, the party where they select people to get groomed to the freak out parties were a lot of fun. That's why people go to them. Anyways, I was there. I saw a lot of celebrities there, like Snoop Dogg, for example, you know, who's a close friend of Diddy's. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but he's definitely someone to look into. This is what I heard that occurred at his party before.
I'm gonna look into you, bro.
You were there.
You were the one who was there.
You're doing a perfect cover for yourself. You were at Diddy's parties? Oh, now you're the good guy? You flipped? Hold on, Nick. I think people need to be asking more questions about this. Did they think you were a child?
I just like the implication that Big Nick has some insider knowledge about the nuances of Snoop Dogg and P. Diddy's
like
friendship.
One of the most insignificant...
I'm not gonna get into that right now.
One of the most insignificant side characters of David Dobrik is getting invited to Diddy parties.
This East Coast, West Coast beef with them goes back to the 90s. I love the idea of a documentary about it, and Big Nick has a feature.
He's one of the talking heads.
Yeah.
Did you tell them you're not a child? Or did you play the part? I mean, genuinely.
Anyone knew that he was sus. Anyone knew that he was homosexual. I heard that someone walked into
he don't like that. The way he said that, you don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we know Big.
He's very open about it.
Anyone knew that he was homosexual. I heard that...
He goes, homosexual? He doesn't want to say it even. Homosexual. Gay. Fucks guys. Guy.
Someone walked into the door and they saw Diddy naked in bed with 3 other men. I heard this years ago. So he's been doing this.
So what's happening in Hollywood is guys' wrath and indignation, right, is exposing everything. All the freak-offs. I mean, I've seen people like Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith, Meek Mill. I mean, bro, like the
And the guy sitting right across from you.
Right.
Why are you letting him off the hooks? You know what I mean? I never been to a Diddy party. Never. I've been invited. He's been begging me to go, you know? He's He's like, dude, you're such a big deal. If Nick is getting invited, dude, oh my God, I love your YouTube channel, bro.
Is that how Diddy talks on the phone?
Yeah, he's
dude, oh my God. Dude, oh my God.
He's pretty down to earth.
You're so dope.
Am I being clear?
Diddy.
He done did it. He done did it.
Is he in jail? What's his deal? Is he at home?
is in jail awaiting trial.
Okay.
I heard he was in the hospital for knee pain.
Yeah,
For knee pain?
That's according to this.
Let him suffer. Who gives a fuck? Knee pain?
I mean, he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. So it's probably a little early to torture him, right?
I didn't say torture him. I just said,
I don't know.
What do you want? Give him an ice pack.
I don't know. I don't know what knee problems he has.
Give him a frozen pack of peas. What does he want?
What if his knees are fucking falling off or something?
That's a shame.
That might need immediate medical attention. You bleed out.
Wait. This is old. Don't look at this.
Wait, you erased it?
Yeah, I said ignore it. It's old.
Oh. Well, then you don't want to show the people? I mean...
No, not today.
Hey, but you can't show it and then bring it up and then not show the
I'll
people. We're doing a show here. People are watching. They want to know what we're looking at.
Okay.
You dropped it in the Discord and then tried to delete it quickly?
Yeah.
Maybe?
But I think he called it.
You know the rules, bro.
I did delete it quickly.
You called attention.
You drop it in that Discord, it's done. It's on the air.
Quickly.
But you started laughing.
Have your fun.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm just pulling up. Sean Diddy Combs hospitalized due to knee surgery. I'm doing great. The rapper who underwent knee surgery said he's doing great, by the way. 2017. Why did you erase it?
Because he thought it was new. And
that was new because I did read what Zach was talking about
this
the knee
picture
surgery.
looks old as fuck.
What?
Well, I mean, 2017.
It does.
Like super old. It's not
It looks
old as fuck.
He's a teddy bear guy? Look at him.
Give him the thumbs up.
It's funny. They have a lot of thumbnails from recent YouTube videos that have this picture in it.
Oh, he's a sweetheart, though. At the end of the day, he's very nice.
Nobody.
All right. Before we get to the tales,
the tales of what?
The tales from Reddit, which don't play it because we're not talking about it yet. There is some stuff I want to address.
I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it too, frankly.
You told me not to.
Well, okay. That hasn't stopped you in the past.
I thought we were doing shtick.
Another tale from Reddit.
See, it's not funny now because people know the magic's gone.
The magic's gone.
So now really stop playing it, okay, Zach? No more.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tales from Reddit.
I said no more, gosh damn it.
I'm noticing the bumper is different every time. There's a lot of different little musical cues going on.
Yeah, I've heard like
I
15
made like
different ones.
I made like 6 different genres.
So I dropped a bomb on Instagram stories yesterday that I wasn't sure if how much people were going to care about it, but I put it up anyway. It's about Hasan. This is what I say about Hasan.
SS on Pike KKK.
That's funny. Since our friendship was a farce, listening to him talk about it, I have zero problem discussing these things. And I mean, it is really hypocritical in my opinion. I even sent out a challenge, but here, I'll read this. I said, I put out a question before, who's making his chicken? People have been wondering what's making his chicken. His fans and supporters say it's his mom, which is, they really think his mom is just slaving away all day. A grown-ass woman with a job who apparently just got a PhD, like she's like a real-ass person with a life. She's just at home cooking chicken for her son all day. It's a cult. The cope that his audience goes to. So they're calling me a liar, which is good because it means that if it's true, which it is, it might affect their opinion of him. Anyway, so I said, I met her. She's a lovely Hispanic lady. She doesn't speak English. She cleans and cooks, works full time, I believe. Hasan grunts and uses Google to talk to her.
Okay, can I ask what that means?
Well, she doesn't speak English and he doesn't speak Spanish.
Right, no, I get that part. What is it? Uses Google to talk
you know how you would motion, I'm being a little facetious, but he's using how you would motion to somebody.
Yeah, I'm specifically asking about the Google part. I didn't follow what you meant.
Oh, like you Google Translate it and then you
okay,
it talks.
Got it.
Like, you know, hey, last time the chicken was overcooked, can you please get your shit together?
I thought you were saying like he's like chicken. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but with more words. That is what's happening. So, yeah, he grunts and uses Google to talk to her.
Okay.
She seems to not be on his utopian socialist pay plan, where everyone is entitled to the means of their production. She frees up a ton of time for Hasan to stream, works in his home, very clearly part of his production. She should be entitled to a % of his profits by his own logic, by his own statements that he said on Leftovers. Judging for what I saw, she's probably making slightly above minimum wage. It just shows the obvious hypocrisy and total insincerity of Hasan's socialism. He also tells everyone that visits to never mention her for, quote, obvious reasons. Literally, what he told me. He says, don't mention it for obvious reasons. Because he knows it makes him look like a charlatan. I don't care about sharing anything confidential because it's pretty clearly expressed our friendship was a farce. So my question is this to all of his fans who are like, the coping is unbelievable. They go, oh, Ethan mistook this housekeeper who doesn't speak English for his mom. He's so racist. He can't tell the difference between a migrant Hispanic lady and Hasan's mom.
So I don't think that you're wrong. I will admit that is a very funny theory.
It's funny, but they believe it's funny because it's so fucking stupid, and they all are like, "Yeah, no, that's what happened."
I could see the appeal of wanting to believe that, especially if they already hate you. Like that is a very funny explanation. But I do think you know the difference between Turkish and Spanish.
But she speaks English. Isn't she American? Or like she's at least lived in America for a long time. I've never met his mom.
I don't know. don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, it wasn't his mom.
You've explained to me the situation with your former housekeeper, and I think it is pretty clear that she's trying to run you down for some money. I definitely, again, you bringing up a housekeeper the day after your housekeeper sues you, it is a little, I mean, surely you can see that's a little ironic.
I guess so. I mean, it was on my mind, I guess.
Right, I guess.
I don't see what's ironic about it.
Like, I understand that the truth will ultimately prevail in your favor on your situation, but I can see why people thought the timing was interesting.
Well, interesting how?
Because it's the day after you got sued by your housekeeper.
But in what way?
I mean, come on. It's the day.
Spell it out, Dan.
Because you're talking about somebody else when you just got sued by your housekeeper the day before. And again, I'm telling you, I understand that it's a frivolous lawsuit that's going to get dismissed. But I'm just optics-wise.
I mean, first of all, I had mentioned this beforehand, and I was waiting to see if people were going to press Hasan to talk about it. They didn't, right? Everybody kind of conveniently ignored what I said. So I mean, probably was on my mind subconsciously, I guess. I mean, I read this post and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to say it. Because it was a response to this Reddit post here that says, small example of why Hasan's community is naive as fuck. They really think his mom is the one cooking all that chicken. As if she's not a sentient being with life of her own. They think she's in his house 24/7, day in, day out, cooking his meals, if she has no life. Ethan obviously implied Hasan told him he has a personal chef. Actually, no, I met her. She's his housekeeper that does everything for him. But there's actually some updates I'm not going to say because I don't have 100% proof, but that make her case, I'm pretty sure it's all true, which I'll say when I find out, makes her case look obscenely fucking silly.
Your housekeeper's case.
Yeah. Makes it look even dumber and more pathetic.
Interesting.
So that's what I said about it, right?
Well, that's what you said at first, but I'm definitely want to talk to you about the second part.
Here, we'll get there, Dan.
Okay.
I will say this:
as companies grow,
Hasan has been pretty quick to respond to whatever I've been saying about him, not directly, but through other people to discredit me. He's been really quiet on this issue. Also, I'll go a step further. Everyone who visits his house knows this lady. Cutie Cinderella, Austin, Will, Carolyn Kwan or whatever her name is. I'm sorry if I don't know her name. I think it's something like that. They all know her. They all see her. She's there. She works full time. These people could easily call me a liar. He could sue me for defamation. This is just an outright lie. This is an outright fabrication.
If it were an outright fabrication.
Yeah, this would be an easy defamation.
I suppose that's true.
But somehow everybody's crickets on it. And yeah, all those people are definitely well aware of his hypocrisy. And they keep it mum's the word on it because for obvious reasons, hey, you know what I mean? They're all riding. All those people are on Hasan's tit. Let's be real. He is by far the biggest creator. And he pushes his weight around too, and they know who butters their bread. So yeah, he's a hypocrite, of course, obviously. I mean, who isn't, right? We all have shortcomings. We don't. I mean, we don't. He streams 12 hours a day. He can't cook his own chicken. I don't blame him. I have a housekeeper. Very upfront about that. So Hasan says this about. I asked him about his opinion about how janitors in his socialist utopia should be compensated. Here's what he said.
Oh, you have different people in different units that also are, engaging in hiring. Like, it's just that workers now have more of a say in which direction the company should go. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad
thing. Worked for me for like a week. And on my business, I spent 5 years building. I don't want to give him a decision on where the company goes.
I think that...
Why should he have that right?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying...
Can we all be real and admit, first of all, Hasan, going back and watching this, I was being so gaslit by his audience to being like, I was the idiot that needed to just shut up and listen. He's making no sense. He has no fucking clue how socialism is supposed to work. I'm asking him about the most fundamental basic things about socialism. The whole point is about the workplace, right? And he can't tell me basic fucking fundamentals of how the workplace is meant to work. Can we all agree that's like a cleaning lady who started 5 years ago should not tell me how to run my fucking business? I mean, that's insane. Not that she's not important, but like, as the CEO who's been doing this, who founded it, obviously I have access to a lot of knowledge, to a lot of experience, to expertise that makes me more fucking qualified to run my own business. Why the fuck should someone who worked there for 5 years tell me what to do? It's literally insane. It's nonsense. What are we talking about? It's so fucking stupid. And I understand you guys like socialism because you think it's fair and it's good, and that's good. We like helping people. People help people, you know what I mean? But this is dumb. Let's just be real about it.
A janitor comes in and unilaterally makes decisions. That's not how
I didn't
that
say
works.
that.
But I'm curious how it does work.
So it's communication. The other person is a human being as well. If you have a major disagreement,
What are you talking about?
then you look for someone else to work in that.
He is not answering any question.
That position. This is how it works.
Okay.
The
I'm
only
not getting
difference
a
in that
clear answer on the
situation
rev
is that you
share.
And I do keep interrupting here because he's just gish galloping. He's just fucking word salading until I move on. He's not answering my questions.
You don't have the fear of like subsistence living at the other end of that bargain. Whereas
Bro,
like
why are you
better
talking about this?
amenities,
That's
better
not what
protections.
I said. I asked him a very basic question. How would a janitor or a house cleaner or someone who's like low on the totem pole, important, should be fairly compensated, whatever, you know what I mean? Should get all the benefits available to everybody. How should they, what's their input on the company? He can't tell me. He can't fucking answer that. He goes on and on about some other unrelated bullshit.
And
So by
therefore
rev
you're more
share, you just
comfortable.
made good living conditions? Because
the idea is
that's what I'm already saying. That I don't think that makes socialism unique, because we can provide good living conditions and benefits.
We can, but we have
spitting facts straight up.
Now that, by the way, one aspect
again,
of social democracy that we've talked about is the domestic one. We have yet to even uncover the other much worse side of social democracies, which is resource extraction.
This is what they always say. Yeah, capitalism and social democracy, they take advantage of the third world. Bro, what are you talking about, dude? Look at your fucking life. Look at everything in your life. You are not different at all. And so much they go, so you live in a society, checkmate. It's like, well, you could at least try, if you care about it that much, to offset this slave-like exploitation of the third world. You could at least make a little effort. This motherfucker probably drinks out of plastic straws. I mean, he couldn't even do the paper straw.
Nobody likes the paper straw.
Of course.
Let's be real.
But nobody's going to like paying double the price for iPhones either. You know what I mean? I'd pick paper straws over double price iPhones. Wouldn't you? They're both very bad. They're both very bad. They would both cause collapse of society.
I don't use iPhones, so.
Okay, fair point. I think you're right. The Samsungs they're ethically made.
For sure.
Yeah, they're made where all the factories are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third world and imperialism, and that is a necessity under global.
By the way, Hasan's anti-imperialism, unless it's China, Russia, or China-Russia, then it's like, oh, Tibet was actually a third world country, so yeah, they should be colonized and imperialized by China. Awesome. Fucking genius. This guy's an idiot. Like, actually, let's go back and look at everything he says. It's nonsense. It's the foundation that he talks from is thin as ice. It is ridiculous. And the only reason people support him is because he has this cult-like devotion from his audience that they like. When I'm having this conversation, which objectively I'm offering really valid, interesting counter questions to test his knowledge, because these are questions I'm genuinely wondering about. When we started having this debate about socialism versus capitalism, I went home and I really thought deeply about this. Like, okay, what is it that I think doesn't make sense about this? And I'm going to ask him, and if he advocates, he's going to give me a good answer, right? I think I've thought more about socialism than he has, frankly, based on his answers.
Global capitalism, and that is the reason why we have the haves and the have-nots. On the domestic level, you believe
this motherfucker. I asked this dude, how does the workplace work? And he's talking about third world, resource extraction. Bro, answer the question.
That there is a regulatory agency that can make things more just.
I don't feel prepared to have a conversation about the third world stuff because I'm not super familiar.
Yeah, why? What are you doing? Why are you changing the topic? I don't want to talk about that.
Perfectly fine.
But like I can.
But you understand that like that's a part of how everything works.
Who gives a bro? Do you see he's avoiding this question? Do you see how desperately he's trying to get away from this? It's so transparent. He has no idea. He even looks flustered. He even looks like a little red because he knows he looks fucking dumb.
So exploiting in the truest sense of the word is definitely...
My dumbass who just learned about socialism like the day before stumped him. This fucking Marxist student theorist revolutionary. I don't... how does socialism workplace work? Actually, I don't know. That's one of the hardest questions to answer. It's like, what? Isn't that like fundamental? Where's the clip of him saying that he doesn't understand how it works? That he doesn't have an answer to it. I sent that. Is that in here?
Everything you sent is in here.
So maybe it's this one. Let me pull this up.
Handedly.
Let me add another aspect to your example. Let's say you need to hire a cleaner to come clean the office.
This is literally what's happening in his house.
Podcast. She comes, she cleans the office. She works full time. How do you pay her?
Not my intention. Go ahead. Yeah, obviously. Okay, we're good. All right.
In a theoretical situation where we
let me go back a bit. I
asked
him literally what happens if you hire a cleaning lady, which is like completely analogous to what's happening in Hasan's house.
Let's say you need to hire a cleaner to come clean the office. She works for the podcast. She comes, she cleans the office. She works full time. How do you pay her?
The cleaner side of this is not like, I mean, I don't have an office like that, but the janitorial services
theoretically
in a theoretical situation where we have someone that needs to do it. Yeah. We would also get together as a unit. Okay. The existing company would get together and decide what level, just like hiring the two other hosts, we decide what level of revenue cuts we are going to take from our 5% to give
but you're making her
to the
a job
other
offer.
person.
It's not really that different than a salary.
And yeah, you could pay her a percent. What percent? 0.0, like whatever, 5? I mean, it's just end up being a salary. Actually, it'd be worse than a salary because it's completely unreliable. Like Hasan even said about his own podcast, he's like, actually, we have no revenue right now, so I can't really pay you. I can give you like a little something. I remember seeing some chat log like that talking to one of his editors.
And once they...
But according to him, his cleaning lady, his housekeeper, should have an input on his business. Okay? That is not happening.
Do you know that?
Yes.
I mean...
His housekeeper
If I'm being honest, I feel like probably not, yeah. But you don't know that.
Okay, do I know that? You know what? There is a possibility that they get together at the end of the day and strategize on content. You're right. He doesn't speak Spanish and she doesn't speak English, but they're having high-level conversations about content.
I'm just saying. You're right. And this leads into the next part because you put a lot of money on this, and I'm kind of sitting here like...
You're right. And listen, hey, we'll get there.
Okay.
They get that job, and there are many different ways of doing this, but once they get that job, and let's say they worked for 2 years, 3 years, then they have a say in the revenue sharing structure and the power sharing structure as well. Because it doesn't have to happen like instantaneously. A lot of people forget that
my problem is that in the socialist economy, this is being regulated by the government. People can get together now and decide to do whatever the fuck they want in their company. And that's great, you know? But in the socialistic economy, there's rules that says you need to pay her X amount of rev share.
What you're saying is not true.
Okay.
How?
You want to know why?
Yes.
Because you want a social democracy, which kind of exists, and market regulation exists under capitalist formations, and plenty of capital owners hate that. As a matter of fact, I would say...
what is he fucking saying?
Well, he's saying... I'm following what he's saying. He's saying even under a capitalist mode of politics, there are still... regulations on business. The government
is good. That's what he wants. And my point is that you can already regulate businesses.
Right, to operate in the
We
structure
live
that
in a
he's talking
social
about.
democracy. We can do whatever
so
we
that,
want.
That seems like it's just kind of like ticking it over another tick.
It's just, but what he's saying is not different than what I believe, because we live in a social democracy. It's a giant sandbox where people can do whatever the fuck they want, right? With the confines of whatever
Right. Your
regulation.
point is that if people want to set up their business like a co-op, there's nothing stopping them from doing that currently, right?
God bless, do it.
That I understand that point. Yeah.
But at the anyway here.
Universally, capital owners hate any kind of market regulation, which is why they choose to erode it as best as they possibly can. Or
But
they use
he's not answering my question. I said, what's the difference? Because paying someone a salary is literally the same thing as being like, okay, you're a janitor, I'm going to pay you 0.07% of the salary. Like, how low of a revenue share can we pay them? Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be equivalent to the salary she already makes, but be less reliable. It's worse.
their advantage to create an artificial barrier of entry into certain sectors.
I'm saying in a socialist economy, there's going to be laws.
Just like there are laws in a capitalist economy that capital owners hate.
Socialism, how I'm saying the government is telling you how much you need to pay the janitor.
That's not how that would work.
Then how would it work?
But it would be government.
Isn't that how is that functionally different than a minimum wage?
That's my point. That's my point, Dan.
You just said that.
I said that at the same time as this guy. What is the point? Why do we need a revolution? It's the fucking same thing. You guys are reinventing the wheel. It's like, guys, our system is way fucking better than this already.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's my point.
Yeah.
Well,
why do they?
Well, then,
within our current system, we have the capability of regulating it to whatever we can dream of. Socialism is a prison. You have to do what the government says.
I'm just kind of laughing at how the conversation is just kind of like mirring the.
It's incredible. It's like the same brilliant mind.
The freeze frame view is so good.
The same brilliant mind coming together.
But socialism is much more radical.
Let's say it's not. Can we get back on track?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting to the point, which is ultimately, I think I'm getting there, which is when he admits his total inability to address this point.
It doesn't have to be.
Moving America to is better than socialism. And you guys are explaining something that to me sounds a lot like something that we can already do without this huge undertaking of changing our economy.
And without giving unlimited government power to like tell you who you can hire, what product, how to pay and buy for products, how to get a loan. Like, I'm not a fucking libertarian, but let's be real. What he wants is authoritarian. He wants total state control.
He wants it imposed, or what you're saying is that he wants it completely imposed on businesses.
He is absolutely an authoritarian. You should hear the way that he talks so lovingly about China when he's talking about Tibet. He goes, this is a strong central government coming in, doing violent retribution. It's like he fucking loves that, man.
A capitalist social democracy one to a socialism one. You're talking about a minimum wage. We already do that.
I love how people call me a libertarian because I don't want authoritarianism, guys. There's a fucking huge gap between authoritarianism and libertarianism.
Mm-hmm.
And we can already do better with that via
use your brains, guys.
But the reason why we haven't been able to is because, like,
look at this. You're parroting propaganda, Ethan. Can somebody explain to me how Ethan just wants to hoard his wealth, unlike Hasan? Please.
I think the best way to explain it is this way. Okay, you like capitalism.
If you guys want to lose your mind, go read the live chat and see the gaslighting that's taking place in this.
Socialist characteristics. I like socialism with capitalist characteristics.
Yo, you just said that. So we're
what are we
both
doing
social
here?
Democrats.
So that doesn't mean that I still believe that the government should be.
What's the difference now? You said you like socialism with capitalism.
The difference is, I said I like socialism with capitalist characteristics, meaning that the governing economy, like the entire economy, still revolves around a socialist mode of production where the owners, the workers are the owners. They own the means of production. They have they have a say in their benefits. They have a say in what happens in the company. And I can fire them whenever I want, though. Well, there will still obviously be protections against like unjust firings and whatnot, and there should be certainly.
There are now.
And there are now is a great. But the reason why it's not that way is because we have capitalism with like laughable socialist characters.
Dude, that's
Okay, there's one clip which I hope this linked to it. It's him saying, "I don't know how to." He says, "This is one of the biggest problems in socialism. I don't know how it works." I sent that. I think before this morning maybe, or last night. In the meantime, we'll move on. Let's see here.
Add another aspect to your example. Let's say you need to hire a cleaner to come clean the office.
I did that. Hasan coping about the maid situation. Oh, yeah. His fans coping is just fucking phenomenal, you guys. Here is on Hasan Piker's subreddit. What is he even talking about? He's making shit up. Silliness aside, it's very funny to me that my man still thinks socialism is when we all share a toothbrush. Dude, the level of dishonesty that these people are forced to go to engage with a conversation is nuts. Socialism is when we all share a toothbrush? No. Dude, stand on your shit or don't. If Hasan has a worker in his house, then she should be making a percentage of his business and having an input on his businesses. Like, let's fucking be real, okay? I'm not talking about sharing toothbrushes, and I'm not talking about how much money can you make. Like, these people are fucking dumb. They're just dumb. I don't know if I think they're dumb, and they're in a cult. I don't know how to explain it.
A few times.
Super convenient to expose this mythical unpaid chef, housekeeper, while you're in a lawsuit against your former employee for many other issues. Listen, both
this
can be
is what
true.
I was saying is just optically,
Both
this
can
is
be
such an
true.
obvious dunk.
Okay, sure, both can be true.
Yeah.
Ethan just blatantly lying about the silliest shit. That sounds like an easy defamation win. Odds he saw Hasan's mom and is so stupid and ignorant and racist that he assumes she's a Hispanic housekeeper. What a stupid lie to make up. Sue me for defamation.
Right. Yeah. That would be an easy dub.
You know? And by the way, this post was erased after getting some traction. That's weird. Why would they want to erase something like that? Probably because Hasan told them to erase it. Probably. Otherwise, why wouldn't they want to fucking show a post about what a dumb idiot liar I am? That seems like good content.
You would much rather spend your time going after someone
Yes.
who is actually considering genuinely going to Gaza.
I know. How is that going, by the way? Is he still considering it?
To Gaza?
I want to go easy on him as long as he's still considering it. He deserves our respect and admiration. There was more, like the Mike from PA coping.
That's in here. This, number 6.
Anywho.
All right, this is, and you had these notes that you had some updates on your lawsuit.
Let me see here. Did you find it, AB, the clip I'm asking?
Yeah, it was sent in.
Yeah, it's on the subreddit.
Yeah.
Okay, here. This was on the subreddit, which is what reminded me of it. Ethan
So I
and
think
Hasan
we're
discuss
having, like,
employment under socialism. It perfectly shows Hasan's hypocrisy. He's not even able to articulate basic things. And somehow, like, I'm an idiot. Listen to this. Just listen to this.
Kind of just
Unbelievable.
like or not a disconnect, but maybe at an impasse on that idea. But what I'll say, I want to give you a specific example because this is interesting to me. Let's just take this workplace as an example because we're all familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started
That's what he
my
sounded
career
like.
10 plus years ago.
That's what you sound like, Hasan.
It's getting a little petty.
No, fuck that. Listen how stupid he sounds.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think you sounded like that.
Hold on, let me go back more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what I'll say,
let me go back.
I want to give you a specific example because this is interesting to me. Let's just take this workplace as an example because we're all familiar with it.
Mm-hmm. Pull it, Zach.
It's not that bad.
I started my career 10 plus years ago.
God.
And I was successful by myself with 0 employees.
Yes.
I made a lot of money. I did well for myself.
Ethan
And
is
then,
sick in every clip.
5
It
years
is
ago,
concerning,
into
honestly.
my
It is
career,
concerning. And I feel like I have something again in my throat.
Oh, God.
It's very concerning. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Well, I mean, you've been trying to figure out the autoimmune stuff for a while now. I mean, that could certainly be connected, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I made the podcast, which obviously you all are watching now. So So let's say we go back to 5 years ago when I hired Dan as a freelance. You started as like a consultant.
That's me.
5 years.
God, yeah, or freelance. That's not me.
And
This was
obviously
that
you lived
long
the
ago? That's fucking... Because now we've been working together, what, like 8 years?
7?
7?
I think 7.
No, it has to be longer.
I think so.
I think
too.
it's going on 8.
Feels longer.
I think it'll be 8 later this year, if I'm remembering correctly. 2017. This year's 2025. Yeah, it'll be 8.
What a beautiful journey.
What a journey.
Beautiful.
Just like The Bachelor. What a journey. When I'm going on this journey. It's how they say journey all the time.
Would you be my forever
Are you giving me a rose?
Will you be my forever?
Are you giving me a
producer?
rose?
I'll give you a microphone or something. An aux cable.
A bejeweled microphone? An aux cable.
Full time, and I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So he started as like a freelance consultant. So what would be a fair way of compensating him for that?
In your situation, it's like, what is the most like socialist way of doing it? Is that what you're at?
Dude, I couldn't have stated it more clearly. Okay, go ahead. You're buying time.
Asking?
Well, yeah, because that's what we're talking about, right?
It would be...
my answer is, that's what we're talking about. What do you mean? How would you be paid under socialism? Yeah, the fucking thing we've been talking about for the last 2 hours. Nice try.
It would be profit sharing.
So this is interesting.
So
Hold on.
This is interesting.
I do not have ligma, okay, you guys? It's not funny. I do not have ligma, okay?
It's a little bit funny.
I have Jenna.
No, don't go there. That's not funny.
Maybe that's not a good one.
That's
Sorry.
not funny,
That's
bro.
not funny.
That's a sore spot for me.
Oh, I didn't realize we're starting that now. Here we go.
We're not.
Oh.
I'm not done yet, you guys.
Nice.
I'm not done yet.
I think you're right, because this is actually the most difficult aspect, in my opinion, of like trying to create the most ethical way of existing under a capitalist organization of the economy.
Play it again. Look how dumb he sounds, bro.
Please, everyone watching right now, pull Ethan doing that exact same thing. I swear you've done it the past week.
While you are also productive, and you're doing like an owned and operated media company where you are the product.
So I hired Dan as a consultant.
Yeah.
Just to help us out to get things.
And I have hired people as well.
So then I'm profit sharing with him. How much profit am I sharing with him?
So the way I do it,
and that is a valid question, because there's a difference between like a whole percentage and like 0.5%. If you can just decide how much to pay him, then it's literally no different than salary. It's literally the same fucking thing.
Not literally. It would be a little different, because your pay
practically
would be tied to revenue, right?
It would be practically the same thing, and in my opinion, and a lot of times worse, because you
if the company does work, everybody does work, and if the company does well, everybody gets paid a little more.
And you guys get paid, and like you guys know that you have a stable salary, like you have a fucking job, you have a rent. You have bills. You've got kids in school and shit. You're not going to work somewhere where you can just like get half the pay all of a sudden because you had a bad week.
No, I understand. I mean, this is actually an interesting analogy to explore, because in my particular situation, which you're bringing up in this clip of coming and working for you, I was coming from a life of living off of being a freelance gig worker, essentially working on corporate events, or premieres and like all that kind of stuff. And the company that I worked with, I would essentially get a percentage of the profits from the shows. And when I first started working for you, it was actually a pay cut to come work for you.
Sure.
I was making more money doing what I had done previously by a fairly significant margin.
Sure, that makes sense.
But as you said, it was very unreliable. I would some months I would make crazy money. At least it felt that way at the time. And then there would be dry spells where I wouldn't work for a couple months. And so, there is something to be said for the stability. That is why I took the job with you, is because I was sick of not knowing if I'd had rent money the next month.
And how's your salary compared, just so the people know?
What, now?
Yes.
Well,
now.
I mean, after 8 years, I make a lot more money here.
Thank you.
Than I was previously. Yeah, 100%.
Just being clear. Yeah, that was when the podcast just started. I was paying people kind of like, because again,
Listen, it wasn't so low that it was like insulting. I'm just saying it was. I traded off the stability for the higher amount of money that I was making.
I acknowledge that because as the capital owner, the one who's presuming the risk, right? I have to be responsible with how I'm managing the business until we're at a point where it's like, okay, this is working, we're making good money. And then I start giving everybody raises to compensate them fairly. You were going to say something, AB?
Oh, I was going to say, my bank account was negative 300 when you hired me, and my uncle gave me gas money to drive here from Michigan.
Damn, bro. I didn't realize shit was that dire.
Been there.
I had a long dry spell, as Dan put it.
Shit, bro. Got you paid, brother. I didn't know that. I would have offered you less salary.
Do you remember what I said when you asked what I wanted?
No.
I said, give me anything.
You're like, anything?
I said, I'll take anything. I was a hell of a negotiator back then. I was very, I was very happy with it.
To be fair, yeah. But,
yeah.
But anyway, what was I saying is that, you know, people look at socialism, Hasan and his audience who are like cultishly like dedicated to this idea. They look at it with these rose-colored glasses because you don't actually have to live it. And I'm trying to be practical about this. There are so many issues that come up. And they just, nobody wants to interface with it, you know? Like this is, not only is this isn't a niche issue what we're talking about. This is like, would affect millions of people. Like freelancing, coming in to just do a gig. You know what I mean? That's a gig, yeah. What the fuck? And then I continue to make great points.
This will be, I mean, this is instructive for many others as well. The way I do it, like the most ethical way to do it is basically try to make an assessment. Sure, there's market considerations on the one hand, like what the normal wage would look like, but that is like the minimum. You know what I mean? That is like the minimum. That is the worst possible amount to pay someone in the form of wages, in my opinion.
Okay.
So you have the market considerations on the one side, which I don't necessarily care too much about. On the other side, you have your productive out.
This man he can't even barely communicate his ideas. You know, they say, if you understand something, you can explain it so a 5-year-old gets it. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, this is what you sound like.
Output, right? Let's say.
And since I have the brain of a 5-year-old, which is what Hasan said, then he really should be, you know, make it a little simpler to understand. Because right now, he's just going on and on.
You were making $10 before Dan came on, and now that Dan came on, you're making...
That wouldn't be measurable metric.
No, I know.
But then what? But that's important. You can't just yada yada that. That's important, right? It's like nobody's drilled down and tried to figure out this. You all want socialism and you never thought about how like this works? Like, let's get to the nuts and bolts here, guys. On its face, sure, it sounds great.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I know. Which is why I'm saying it's a tricky situation.
It seems almost impossible.
Yeah. Well, technically, the other side is also very cruel, but we just like have
that's
normalized.
Not true, because in social democracy, people are fairly compensated. It's not cruel, in my opinion.
No, there's. I don't think. I think we
people
think
can be
of social democracy.
more
we think
fairly.
of social
That's too broad of a statement.
Did I say I don't think it's cruel? Yeah, I mean it can be.
No, and specifically that, you know, well, I guess you're talking about an idealized version of social democracy
there's
where people are fairly
regulations that ensure like a minimum.
Right. I was about to object to it just on the basis that in capitalism broadly, there's no
as it's
guarantee that
expressed
people
today,
are...
it has a ton of issues and it is absolutely unfair.
Sure.
It's grossly unfair. But like if we're talking about like a perfect, you know, society, again, looking at Scandinavia, which is a capitalist society, make no mistake, they have strong unions, high minimum wages, and that's what I would advocate. That's what I advocate for, right? So assuming...
Well, you know, an economy with strong unions like you're describing essentially is a middle point between... like
What's socialist about unions?
I mean... The point of unions is that the workers are able to collectively bargain.
That exists already in America, which is apparently quintessential capitalism. It exists since the 1950s when America was like the most fucking capitalistic, Gilded Age shit ever.
Much earlier than the 1950s, but...
I mean, Express, yeah.
Like
unions are not...
They're not inherently socialist, but it's definitely, if you're looking at it on a spectrum of how much... control, you know, the CEO of a company has versus the entire workforce. The union, a company having a strong workers union is certainly pulling it in the direction of the workers having more say in things.
That's why social democracy is awesome.
Right. So I don't. That's the irony of all of this is you are far from a hardcore, laissez-faire capitalist.
Not at all. But like, when people talk about these systems, people talk about social democracy and like they just say capitalism evil. Like there's so much more to it than that. It's
you get no disagreement from me about that. I mean, yeah.
And the same way people talk about socialism is like it's just when people get paid fairly. It's like that's not what it is. You know what I mean?
Unions in Sweden are so powerful that there is no legal minimum wage, actually. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's all collective bargaining.
So I mean, and that's good. I don't think that socialism owns unions. I mean, workers should be able to unionize.
I think it's cool because then, like, if you want to do a little project and like, and you're outside the union, you could technically do whatever you want. You're not legally bound to anything.
It's all offers.
But bigger companies has to abide by the unions.
There's nothing antithetical about workers having more power and social democracy. Everything is possible,
But like generally speaking, they'd be more fairly compensated than what you would see today.
Yes, in comparison to the United States of America, which technically would be a mixed market or social democracy, social democracies in other countries, there is better compensation.
So here's the unintended consequence of that.
Due to regulation, government regulation.
If I'm just hiring Dan to come in and help me with cameras and stuff, and I have to cut him in on profit share, people are not going to hire as many people. They're going to think a lot more before they bring more people on.
To me, that is such an important point.
I'm so shocked that you are resonating with all of your own point. I know, it's just funny.
I know, and this guy's really good.
Should hire him.
You're hired, man. You get it all. Come run our business. You get everything.
You could profit share with him too.
Hell yeah. It's so important to think about this.
Yeah, no,
it's just different.
If you're going to heavily advocate for somebody, you should be prepared to talk about it. And I mean, that's why I don't like engaging about it. I don't feel I'm particularly qualified.
And I respect that. I respect because these are not. Listen, these are not easy answers, easy questions to answer.
I've never started a business, so what do I know about running one?
Sure, no. But Hasan is like this advocate. He's like a face of socialism online, and this man can't fucking. Tell me a goddamn thing about how it works.
Okay, but the reason why I was bringing up the revenue is because let's say you were making you're making $10. Dan comes on, now you're making $15.
Yeah.
Right? Dan has brought in $5 extra of revenue for you, and I think that the best possible way to engage with that would be to cut Dan in on offer Dan living wages plus whatever Dan has brought in the form of revenue.
Here's a big problem.
And that move.
That already exists. It's called a bonus.
That moves into direction like you make.
The difference is that a bonus is discretionary.
Well, you can, not always.
I guess
sometimes
it could be
they're negotiated in the
your contract.
Yeah. I think a lot of high-level jobs, their bonuses are negotiated in.
For high-level jobs.
Sure, yeah. We're talking about, you're right. We're talking about meats and potatoes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fine, you make $100,000 and
moves with
now, Dan is moving with it as well.
Here's where this seems more like it's a nice theory, but like in application, it makes no sense. Who decides how much value he's brought? How could you possibly decide that? If my show is growing, Dan joins, and let's say, I now am making $15.
Spitting.
But the show was organically growing. How can I attribute all 5 of that to Dan?
This is what it looks like when you prepare for a conversation, by the way. Because he's a genius, right? He says, I'm so fucking stupid, and I have the brain of a 5-year-old. And I'm incapable of understanding things.
I mean, he perhaps should have come with more concrete examples to present to you. We did know that was going to be the topic of the show that day. So,
yeah, well, I think in his mind, I know everything there is to know. I'm a pro. I breathe this shit all day, every day. What's there to know? I don't bother to learn more. I don't bother to inquire more. I'm gonna. You know what he does? This man has mastered the art of monetizing socialism, which is the most capitalist thing to do in the world. Look at his merch. Every single fucking shirt is about some virtue signaling about being socialist. Every single fucking one. His entire life. He makes no concessions. He makes no concessions. All he just runs defense for himself by saying, capitalism is, socialism is when you live in an economy or whatever. It's like, yeah, I live in an economy. You make no concessions, bro. Bro can't even drink out of the paper straws.
You keep coming back to the paper straws. I don't know if it's really that relevant of a point.
All right, well, here's a good one. Let's see how you treat your housekeeper. That's why it all comes back to that.
Okay.
Let's see how you treat your housekeeper.
That is more pertinent to the discussion than the paper straw.
If I'm wrong about that, let's see the fucking receipts.
Yeah, so we still haven't gotten to that, but
we'll get there.
You keep saying that, but I feel like I really want to talk about that.
I'm enjoying myself.
See, I want to get, every time I hear the paper straw in Sweden, plastic straws are banned. I just want to glaze my country.
There you go, man.
Well, they were on their way to being banned here until Trump just undid it with an executive order.
I remember in LA, everyone was using paper straws, and then all of a sudden, everyone bailed on it.
They needed work. They needed work.
Well, people,
I feel like having a straw at all is bougie. That's bourgeoisie excess is using a straw. Just sip.
Dude,
just sip, man.
When I come back to Sweden now, I'm like, I try to buy plastic utensils and stuff. I couldn't find it. There's these weird, eco plastic, fake plastic now, made of wood fiber. That's like pretty legit. It's almost like plastic, but it's wood.
They've gotten better. Yeah, they've gotten better at the pseudo.
We don't even do plastic
stuff.
Lids anymore.
And people laugh like a plastic straw, like who gives a fuck? How's that?
Yeah.
But actually, it is important because these little plastics are actually the ones that are creating all these microplastics in our water system and stuff.
Yeah.
So the straws, all the little plastic.
So suck it up and use the paper one.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. He can make that. He can make that concession.
What about you?
First of all,
you're the one talking about microplastics.
It is a good thing to do, but I'm also not. I'm not saying I'm a socialist. I'm not complaining about us, pillaging the third world.
Environmentalism. This has nothing to do with socialism.
Sipping a plastic straw with a pinky, with your pinky and your thumb.
As well.
Plenty of capitalists, care about the environment.
Did you know Hasan drinks out of a golden straw?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Oh wow!
I don't think you know that either.
Which would actually be fine because that wouldn't die.
I mean, if it's a reusable golden straw, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
I want a golden straw.
Should we get golden straws?
Kind of. That sounds
I
sick.
think we literally have like golden, maybe they're bronze.
They're probably
like
bronze or plated.
Yeah, we need
golden straw.
Yeah, and I love when you bring up Sweden because I agree. Sweden is a very model society in terms of how social democracy can be expressed. And this is the point I made to Hasan is that, in Sweden, I doubt anybody there really gives a fuck about socialism because everybody's well taken care of for it.
There's these cool cliques, obviously, but growing up in my circles, I've never even
It's like, who cares? What do we need socialism for? We're all doing fine.
Yeah. And I'm sure Swedish people are going to come out. Like, actually, there are socialist people in Sweden, but
I'm sure they are, right? They're everywhere.
In my very personal life, I've never had a friend that's like, super.
Ela's in the.
Of course they exist. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah,
Ela's in our WhatsApp saying we only have reusable straws, no plastic straws at home.
Ela's right. We'd use metal straws at home. There you go. Once again, the capitalist.
He might use iron straws. You don't know,
bro. Here's what I'm saying. AB, find this man drinking out of a plastic straw. You'll find me doing it too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
It's just, I'm being silly. We don't need to do that. But my point is that I'm not virtue signaling about what a fucking,
You're saying practice what you preach, which is fair. That's
like
fair.
The only difference between me and Hasan is that he lives under this mirage of being this greater humanity because he believes in socialism and he's such a good guy for it. That is the only fucking difference, is that he says this without actually considering the reality of it. And so he gets the accolades, he gets the congratulations. He's such a good guy, Hasan.
Okay, I'll give you a counterpoint. Two things. One, I remember when he was launching his merch, and I'm making an assumption here that this is still the case, but he was using like local producers and stuff, right? Which I'm sure made it way less profitable for himself to do it that way.
Yeah,
that was an example of him, actually kind of following through on his principles.
I asked Hasan once how he did his manufacturing, because as someone who obviously owns a clothing business, manufacturing in America is way fucking expensive. You wouldn't be able to make a shirt here for like and sell it for like without charging like $60, $70. So when I asked him,
that much more expensive,
dude, yeah, it's like I mean, easily, yeah.
I mean, I believe you obviously know more about how much clothes cost.
It is very expensive to hire American workers, especially in Los Angeles, you know? So I asked him, like, how does it work? Your margin must be like nothing. And he showed me his margin is similar to our own, which to this day is very suspicious to me. And look into the people that make his merch. They are not fucking some socialist utopian shit. They make merch for all kinds of other YouTubers. They have an office in China.
Huh.
What's the name of this guy?
I mean, I don't know anything.
What's the name of the guy? Warren
Buffett?
Hold on. Hasan merch guy, Warren something. I know Galia knows.
Maybe if you're vague on it, you
no,
should
I'm right.
hold off
I'm right. I
on,
just need to find the website.
Right, but maybe just come back with the info.
By the way, go over to his fucking merch site, and every single fucking one is some cringy virtue signal. He sells these shirts for $35. That's how much we sell our shirts for. There's no fucking way, bro. He would be losing money. As far as I know, as a business owner who does this, here it's USA bombs, guys. The state, y'all, hurry up and holding a gun. Like, what a fake bitch. What are you gonna do with that gun? Are you gonna do the revolution? You don't even leave your house, bro. I mean, can we please laugh at this? This is ridiculous. This man is sitting there selling a socialistic shirt, holding a Glock like he's gonna do something. This man is a fucking coward. He does nothing. This is hilariously goofy. Go on.
Sitting there with the gun is a little cringe.
It's good as fuck.
I want to see the shirt design though. I kind of like what I'm seeing.
Okay, well, it's $35. But my point is like, can you make one? You want to see the sizes and the colors?
The flats. Where are the flats?
Oh, sure, yeah. Let's see here.
I'm shooting ropes, bro.
I'm shooting bombs.
It's not the worst. It kind of reminds me of like an old school punk shirt.
Look, the designs, I think the design is good. But my point is, can't you make one about like Hasan heads, Fooper Trooper, or whatever? Why is it all got to be this cringe fucking signal, virtue signal? I'm telling you, everyone. Here's one about Uncle Sam. Capital race, some bullshit. Let's see. Oh, whatever. You know, it's the same shit. Uncle Sam with money, talking about capital. Let's see what this one is. You know. Don't be fooled. The rich won't let you vote away their wealth, says the guy who's selling a fucking t-shirt.
That one I don't vibe with as much. I thought the green one was a pretty decent design.
Why are they all socialistic? And here he is with a gun, accessorizing with a gun. Like, you're fake, bro. You are not a revolutionary. You are a coward. You literally hoard wealth and do nothing to advance the cause. Yo, can we be real? Please. How can you actually look at this and not see how pathetically shallow this movement is? Please, can we be to peace so bad?
I think you should go back to the other gun picture if you want to make fun of him. It's fine.
This one's more silly. You're right.
He has a sin print.
It looks like
this one is
GTA
like
character.
Fabulously. The revolution is fabulous. Should it be a shirt?
Maybe it was the election drop. I don't know.
Yeah.
This, like, are we actually taking this dude seriously? This is a LARPing. This is what LARPing looks like. Please, bro. Holy shit. This man is thinking of going to Gaza, by the way.
You would much rather spend your time going after someone who is actually considering genuinely going to Gaza.
The chat is kind of cracking me up right now. Oh boy.
Spicy.
Nice
spicy
light
episode today.
Nice and light, nice and fun.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
There's some cute pictures of Kaya there too.
We love Kaya.
I found a photo came up with my memories of me and Kaya playing in the office. I was like, I should post this on Twitter and be like, children of divorce. but or like when you hang out with your divorced
Right, yeah,
cousin, or,
yeah.
something like that. But it wasn't worth it.
I just know this whole discussion is going to get clipped, and I'm going to be sitting here with the same fucking facial hair as Ethan. Everybody's going to be like, "What the fuck is wrong with these guys?"
That is the worst part.
Yeah, we're not beating the cult allegation anytime soon.
It's bad, man.
With
It's
the
bad.
fucking with the voice or audio drops with all of us saying the same shit.
I hate when like in the moment I know we're gonna get clipped and I'm wearing some stupid shit. Like I think the first time or one of the first times we were talking about the whole situation overseas, I was dressed up as a fucking Peaky Blinder.
Oh no.
And like the clip was going around, I had a
Oh,
fucking
no.
head on.
That's the Ethan curse. Every time
That's
something
true.
happened, he's like
all
in the
him
weirdest
as Fester
costume.
when was it Fester? Yeah, it was Fester. When
Yeah, it's been a couple.
The
And
first
that
blow up happened.
double wave mohawk, that was a classic too. I don't know
Well,
what.
he was rocking that look for a minute, right?
Yeah, what was the big drama with that?
Ben Shapiro, I think.
Yeah, it might be the. We've been through a couple now, guys. These excuses for not remembering.
Oh God.
He's looking good for this one, though. I gotta say.
With the Esteban look?
No,
Yeah,
for-
except
for
for
the
now he's got
current
me
drama.
sitting here mogging him.
Yeah, you're mogging him, bro.
He's lost the weight. Like at
Right,
least.
right.
I see sometimes people like not agreeing with Ethan, but they'll say like at least he lost weight. He looks really good.
Oh, all of the tater tots and stuff.
Yeah, they're like, hey, wait, this guy's kind of spitting.
I
Dude.
mean,
holy.
That's all they really respect. What can
Quite
you
frankly,
do?
I respect Ethan way more nowadays.
You think so?
Yeah, with a new haircut.
You didn't?
New haircut.
Oh, specifically that?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people miss Jolly Ethan.
I mean, yeah, it's a phenomenon. People like content creators losing weight and then, you know.
In my opinion, it's hard to respect Ethan because he doesn't play Marvel Rivals. You know.
I know.
That's been a recent issue for me too. I agree. Nate.
It's bad, dude.
Yeah, it's real bad.
You don't play Rivals with us, dude. Yeah, cringe.
I'm about to hit Celestial, Nate. Where you at?
Celestial?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
That's what it's called, right? The one
Yeah,
after
Celestial.
Grandmaster. Celestial. yeah.
I'm busy taking care of my pregnant wife.
Oh, boo-hoo. I hear that. I hear that at
Shooting
least
ropes,
once
bro.
a day from you.
I'm shooting ropes, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's your own doing, brother.
All right, where were we? I wanted to say this. Hasan is the human embodiment of the Che Guevara shirt sold at Hot Topic. He is that. Personified.
Were you thinking about that in the bathroom?
Yeah. You cooked on that one.
I'm having fun here, guys. I'm having too much fun here, guys.
Having too much fun here, folks. Oh,
And even the
Kyle.
name of it is like cringe, like ideology. It's like, shut up, dude. Sick of those in power? Shut up, dude. You are a phony baloney. You know? Look at this one. Capitalism is voluntary.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me see that Sonic Youth one.
Which one is that?
On the left.
This one or this one?
The on the left.
They're both to the left, Dan.
The left one.
Get bread or get dead. America's favorite hobby. Can you actually just make a shirt about your dog or something? Like this is pathetic.
It's a play on a famous album cover.
They're
I don't
all
totally hate that
about
one.
virtue
I
signaling.
get your point. They're all, it's all
Every
virtue signaling. Wait, that one's
single
his dog. That one's
I
his
think-
dog. Is that one like an apolitical one?
There's a dog one?
Yeah, go back. Right there in the middle. Down.
This?
Down. Right there.
There you go.
Well, let's see what it says.
It's like a Kaya shirt.
It's like a Godzilla.
Let's see what it
shirt.
says.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is good. See, there you go.
Civilization crumbles, Titan of Terror. All right.
It's kaiju themed.
It's a little. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still like
It's got
setting
a-
the Capitol on fire.
But come on. I mean, it's like is Independence Day with Will Smith
but
a
he
political movie?
still went there. He still went there. He did still go there.
It's supply and demand, bro. That's what the people want.
That's what the people
Yeah.
want. They gotta, like you said, they gotta rep their ideology.
Capitalism is voluntary. You dumb. You. Oh my God. That's what Kanye says. Well, no, he said slavery is voluntary, but it's completely different, which is
Now
horrible.
it is.
Which is a horrible, disgusting thing. I hate Kanye West. I'm gonna burn
Yeah.
some Yeezys. It's something I'm working on.
Hey, here, come.
I think you got to get more creative than burning.
I'm looking
It's
to sell mine.
No, I want to get creative. Yeah.
I'm looking to sell mine. So if you need to buy some to burn,
you know you have to destroy them, bro.
You have to give
it
them away.
sucks because like for years when I was in college, there were so many Yeezys I wanted, and finally, when I had this job, I bought them all, like the ones from the previous years, and I don't even think I've worn them once before he started doing Nazi shit.
So
And
they're
they've just
in good
been in my
shape.
closet since I got them.
They're mint.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a bunch of Yeezys. He said he'll send them to me. So I'm not buying them. I'm not supporting. But yeah, we'll do some fun thing.
I have a Keemstar cup at home. It's kind of the same thing. Got it when I was young.
Keemstar Cup's fucking dope. That's
Yeah.
kind of like vintage and weird and wild.
Yeah.
It's back in Sweden, but maybe it's okay to use.
Airing I think so. I like
Canteen.
Whoever has his old flavor of his whatchamacallit, that's like
Cotton
fine
candy?
wine now. Yeah.
Oh, I have that at home.
Yeah.
All right, let's push forward.
Yeah.
We're having too much fun here, guys. Let's push forward.
Another tale.
All right, let's do it. Roll it.
Roll it.
Roll the
This is
bumper.
something that I do
This
not
is
have
the
an
important
answer
part.
for
Oh,
either, which
we're
is
in the middle of the
why,
bumper.
Like I said, which is why, like I
Yeah.
said, you make do with you try to do your very best.
Can I be? This seems like a big problem to say you don't have a solution for if you're advocating for a socialist society.
I agree, which is why I
'Cause it
always
doesn't seem like it's ready.
If we're talking
Then
pure,
shouldn't you spend some more time thinking about it? He's like, yeah, no, there's this thing that makes no sense at the heart of socialism. I agree. It's like, okay. Think about it then.
theory.
Well, I think a lot of
would
people
rap-
have thought about it and have thought about it a lot harder than Hasan. He's not necessarily doing a good
It
job.
seems like a pretty
articulating
phony baloney if he can't explain something fundamental like that to me.
Or, yeah, I mean,
His whole identity is like he's a socialist. Look at his merch, for Christ's sake.
wait, hold on.
Oh, you
Is this an? It's too dark. She's too dark. Probably.
Probably our phone number.
Yeah, probably does show that.
Should we buy it?
Well, it was so. I don't think anything was even viewable there.
If you could tuck it under her collar if you want to get the olive cab. Anyway, I'll continue.
Other have an
I subscribed during the frenemies era.
Wow.
And have returned for the content critical of Hasan. Please continue to keep your foot on this bitch's neck.
Jesus.
Okay.
Metaphorically.
It's a little
obviously.
more violent imagery than I necessarily would say myself, but I appreciate the donation. Thank you for your support.
imperfect structure that still absolutely
it's not
offers
imperfect,
better.
It doesn't work.
Well,
if you don't know
the
how people
capitalist-
get paid, how does it even work?
The capitalist structure also is imperfect in the exact same way.
It's functioning at least.
Okay, at this point, he is completely stumped and looks clueless. Let's see what the chat looks like. Oh, I can't. This is a clip. Never mind. That would have been so good, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I know,
a big
but-
percentage of the audience was socialist, and it came from Hasan's community, so it's not surprising that they were on his side.
But like to the point where it's like he makes no sense. He sounds dumb, and they're saying, "Ethan, you're an idiot. You're a capitalist loser. Sit down and listen."
You know, they're.
It's like, are you listening?
But the idea that like the other structure
Olive and Olivia, what a match.
What a
would not
match.
function is not correct. Especially when we're telling you that even under a capitalist organization economy, there's plenty of different ways of doing
But
this.
there needs to
one
be-
of the most successful ones that I also have is a cooperative, right?
Again.
I have a cooperative, collectively organized.
He's completely not
podcast.
answering. He's dodging. He's gish
No,
galloping.
hold on. I think you gotta.
I can't.
To be
You can
fair,
do
you
it.
gotta play this next part because this is him giving the example of how he runs his podcast, which is exactly what you were talking about earlier.
And here's I'm gonna dunk on this right now.
Sure, yeah.
It already exists. It exists right now in this world, in this economy.
Right. You're just saying you don't like the idea of
Do it
essentially
yourself,
being
man.
enforced, right?
You already did it. And also,
For example, where we just split it 5 ways regardless. Obviously, my output in that situation, given that I am the host with the largest audience, would significantly outweigh my producers, for example, who could be paid with a very fair, very fat market wage, right? Market wage plus. Market wage times 3 is what I could pay him, and it would still be significantly less than what he gets paid now.
Yeah.
Because we're cutting him in 5 ways. We're splitting everything 5 ways.
Yeah.
And And that is a perfectly viable way to do it. Because
it's already a viable way to do it. You're doing it right now, man. Run your office however the fuck you want, bro. Why you got to tell everyone else what to do? It's like, again, I hate that I sound like a libertarian, but it's like I'm dealing with straight up China simping authoritarians. You know, everyone sounds like a libertarian compared to that.
I think that's very generous, but I don't think you should be forced to do that.
I think
you should be forced to pay him what we've determined as a minimum wage, where he can live where he lives in a comfortable state.
Yeah, I
don't
agree with
think.
So, by the way, does anyone disturbed by how he's like, yeah, we're all part of the same show, and obviously I'm the biggest creator, so technically I should be making the most, but because I'm such a good guy, I'm actually splitting it 5 ways. Dude, all of his
disturbed by that. I mean,
it's cringy as fuck, considering especially all of his co-hosts are other big creators. Like, why would you take?
Was he the biggest one out of them?
Yeah, dude, by far.
Well, if that's
he has the biggest output.
If it is what it is, then I mean, if he's right about that,
why even point that out? It's cringy as fuck.
I think it's pertinent to the point that he's making. That
Which is what?
If he's bringing the biggest audience to, he's pointing out that by being the biggest creator on the show, he is bringing the most eyes to the podcast, but he still shares it equal way. I think that's fair for him to point out. I get
his
what you're
partners
saying.
are not well.
There's no way to say that without sounding egotistical, but if it's facts are facts.
Listen, he's already doing it. Do whatever you want, bro. Nobody's telling you.
Well, I mean, that's a separate thing.
Pay a minimum wage where people can live in dignity, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
Or split it 5 ways like he does.
Like,
that's fine too.
Like saying I'm a libertarian is like, I won't tell gay people who they can and cannot love and marry. Yeah, I don't want the government involved in that either. Am I a libertarian for that? No. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't want the government telling women what they can and can't do with their body. Am I a libertarian for that? No.
Because libertarian in our country is like pretty tainted with some other stuff. But
pedophilia and
mostly that, yeah. Mostly that, and also not actually only being libertarian until you support Trump for some reason, doing an authoritarian takeover.
Well, libertarians are just like weird, even crazier Republicans.
It means a certain thing in the American political context, but in the wider context, you know, being about liberty and
listen, I'm a liberal. I'm a proud liberal. People like Hasan use that as a slur. I'm a fucking liberal. I believe in liberal values. And I'm trying to... Anyway, whatever. Let's get to the point. So...
Happy fun, la la la, human smuggling, fentanyl deaths, forced government euthanasia,
Okay, well, hold the phone. That's not part of my liberal platform.
Very liberal, to be honest.
Children's genitals,
hold the phone, Alex. That is not part of my platform.
What a loving liberal.
Don't you need to administer aid to some like car accident or something? Busy yourself, Alex.
Yeah. So anyway, we've pretty much cleared.
Bro, you have different people in different
his opinion
units.
on what his how his housekeeper should be compensated and included in his business. Like, there's no.
You've laid that all out.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
Can we talk about your second
yes.
Instagram story?
Yeah. So I guess let's do that because you're dying for it.
I'm dying to talk to you about this.
Well, where is it?
This story is. I think they're both together.
Just
in an album.
What number? Yeah, they should be.
1 in this section.
Oh no, I don't think it is because I was looking through there and it
is.
So there, there's this one. Oh, I guess yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
So then,
yeah, this is the one.
So after I tweeted this, with my claim, everyone's like, "Oh, he's lying. He can't tell the difference between Hasan's mom and a Hispanic cleaning lady. He's so racist."
Right.
So this is what I said. On top of being totally vulnerable to defamation lawsuit, I also said this. I'll even take it a step further. I bet me, Ethan Klein, the capitalist, pays his housekeeper more than Hasan. She has health insurance, vision, dental, 401k, paid vacation, 6 days, and a very good salary. I will donate $100,000 to charity. If Hasan can simply prove to me that he pays his housekeeper more than me. And according to his life, his ethos on business, that should be, he should be easily clearing that. She should be easily clearing that.
Right. Probably. And that's $100,000 is a lot of money.
I will happily donate that. I want to help out.
For something that you don't actually know for sure.
Well, then, yeah, you're right. It's crazy. He should just prove me wrong.
Okay.
You're right. I mean, you know, like
that was my when I saw this, I was like, Jesus, dude.
Well, I'm making a point.
I mean, it will be a little embarrassing if you're wrong.
Sure, it'll be embarrassing. And wouldn't that be great for him? He get
Right.
embarrassed.
I mean, obviously, you're very confident and you're willing to stand on it. You're putting a lot of money on the line. I was a little shocked by this. I was like, you better be right, dude.
You're absolutely right, Dan. Not only would I be embarrassed, I would apologize. I will donate the money, and I'll look like an idiot, which is something that I'm willing to accept if I'm wrong. If he is actually including his housekeeper in a socialistic way, as he described, then I will gladly live to.
But what's the bar? Does he actually? Does she need to get profit share, or?
Well, according to him,
he just needs to pay her better than you.
Well, I guess it just says better.
Okay,
including all the benefits. Although, frankly, it should be that she's including her in like the socialistic way that he says it is.
Too late.
Too late.
I mean, either way, I'm confident.
Okay.
I reacted the same way as Dan. Like.
There you go. Then I guess
it's like maybe 30% chance that he might be paying her more than you.
Then it's a great statement. Then I'm making a good point. If you guys look and say, oh God, I can't believe he's risking that, then great. Then I'm making my point heard.
Fair.
Can I say it is a funny thing to go band for band for, you know? just salary.
I think the housekeeper getting the short end here. It should be that you race it.
I'll give the money to his housekeeper. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
How about
that's
even if
nice.
since the 100K is already set aside? How about even if you're right?
It's not set aside.
I mean, you have to technically set it aside.
It's not set aside.
There's a chance you lose it.
You put it on the line. It should go into some sort of escrow.
Well,
you know who we should contact is Rent from Book It with Rent.
Yeah.
He's the bookie that was playing at the poker game the other day. Let's have him do the escrow. Handle all this.
Man alive.
He'll triple your money, dude.
Hi, ducks. All right. So anyway, I mean, that's a pretty bold.
Somebody pointed out it's 2 fancy chefs.
That's a lot of money.
Fancy chef was $50,000. Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, now someone pointed out 100,000 is now one Hasan.
Ooh.
We have a new measurement.
It would be one Hasan housekeeper or something like that.
I mean, sure, if you want to split hairs.
I mean,
we gotta be.
You can title it however you like.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see.
So, like, if you're Hasan and I'm lying, first of all, easy dub, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, he's been so eager to talk about things. Right now, he hasn't mentioned this. He's ignored it. In fact, he hasn't even mentioned me as far as I know the past couple of days, which is kind of a fresh take for him. And again, all of his friends who go to his house regularly to shoot the podcast, to go visit him, do the stream, whatever, they can all just say, I have never seen this woman before. I mean, if they're, I assume that at least one of them wouldn't be comfortable lying about it. I don't think I think they're all good people of good moral fiber. I don't think any of them will lie. But I could be wrong. Maybe one of them will lie. I don't know. So it doesn't matter what they say. But still, their silence speaks volumes.
You're arguing with yourself.
Their silence. I'll say this for now. Their silence speaks volume.
Well, it's been a day.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm one of his friends, I don't want to lie for Hasan because, first of all, I'm not a liar. I don't believe in lying. And second of all, because if this ever gets proven, right, I didn't lie. To put it back.
Well, you didn't lie, but I think he's just holding. Oh.
Why you put it up again?
Well, the fact that you said that you're not a liar when there is an existing lie counter.
Oh, why does it lie?
Just because there's a lie counter doesn't mean I'm a liar. It just means that Nate's a
little nitpicker.
He's a insolent employee.
I'm shooting ropes, bro. I'm just doing
we
my
told
job.
you a million times to stop, Nate.
That's not even me.
Stop shooting ropes all over the office, bro.
My desk
it's not
is
sanitary.
Sticky, Nate. Like, come on.
That's from you, bro.
Nah, this is what you're right. Really.
So yeah, that's my point. You know what I mean? Like the dude is such a fucking phony, hypocrite loser.
We have a generous donation from your wife.
Okay.
I sent it.
She gave. Why are you giving money to YouTube? She says, "Oh, Gallia sent you the receipts I was looking for."
I sent it in the Discord earlier when you.
Yeah, this says Son is clearly only doing the Socialism split on his side podcast though, which is with other influencers anyway. So that's a way easier decision. And what about the main business though of streaming? That's my point. Yeah, exactly.
Just not to fact check you, Hila, but their producer gets a cut too, who, as far as I know, is not like a public figure.
So my point with the cleaner is this. Again, not to diminish the work. It's all important. But as far as like this is someone who can come in without experience, without prior skills and stuff, and come in and do like a menial. What does menial mean? Is that like insulting? I'm not trying not to insult the work because I think it's fine. But
right.
The point is they are low on the totem pole, right? They would make less, and they would have less authority than pretty much anyone else in the business, just by the nature of their work.
The definition of menial is work that is boring, according to dictionary.com.
Really?
Well, that's like kind of like the short and quick one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bank that.
There's a few definitions. Work.
AB, why did you define medial?
Situated in the middle.
AB, why did you define medial?
I figured we needed a laugh.
Situated in the middle. What's situated in the middle?
Me.
Well, you asked for
I'm
the
middle
definition,
child.
dude.
Not of medial. Stuck. Hey, thank you, love. Love screenshot it.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It was good. I appreciate it, though.
I mean, I appreciate the haste, but medial. Okay, so actually, I didn't know this word, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
Medial.
I thought
situated in the middle. Okay, I actually didn't know that. Medial.
That's what I do, baby. I lighten the mood.
I didn't know that word either. I'm a second. English is my second language, and it's just helping out. I appreciate it.
Head researcher. Oh no, I didn't do that. All right. So anyway, that's my shit. I'm standing on it. Easy to fucking dispute. Just do it then. Mike from PA. This guy's such a lunatic.
Just being racist, like literally, like he doesn't.
Here he is addressing the story, and then also calling the lawyer that represents my ex-housekeeper, to apparently give them dirt that he has.
His legal advice, huh?
Which is ironic considering
racist.
he actually lied about being a lawyer to get elected and was removed by a judge and disgraced. I think it was in Pennsylvania.
I believe that's accurate.
Yeah. I read the filings I was just reading through it. It's very embarrassing. He's really just, an embarrassing human being.
Just like literally, like he doesn't know what Turkish people look like, so he's just calling Hasan's mom a Hispanic lady. Also,
dude, can we please just reflect on the cope? I mean, you're not serious.
Again, if that was what happened, that is very funny. So I get why they're.
Yeah,
that's like the
serious.
One. No, I know
they're
being
actually
serious.
running defense for him.
And I agree that I suspect that you know the difference between Turkish and Hasan's mom and Mexican
he introduced
cleaning lady.
me. I asked him we had a conversation about her. So unless Hasan talks about his own mom as a Latino housekeeper.
Latina.
Latina.
so the idea of like he's just making bullshit accusations to distract from the fact he's being sued for being a terrible employer.
Once again, when I'm criticized, I take it head on. I address this immediately and on the show. And I'll continue to talk about it as updates come.
What a fucking scumbag. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm sure they know this, but I'm gonna call up the attorneys of that lawsuit.
This is actually
and let them know just to make sure they're like. I'm assuming they're aware, but
what is
honestly,
it he's going to tell them?
It might not be.
Just so you guys know, Ethan doesn't know the difference between Turkish people and a Hispanic lady.
I think he explains what it. I think it had to do with something you said about the housekeeper on the show the other day.
All right, let's see.
Like, his show would be kind of useful for them. So I'm going to do that real quick.
There's like a clip online of me being doing like a silly voice that was a long time ago. I wasn't talking about anyone or anything. I literally say in the clip that it's fictitious, and Eva goes, she doesn't have an accent. I was like literally stated in the clip that I was joking and it wasn't real.
What would that have to do with the current situation?
I think that's what he's talking about. but let's just play it and listen, Dan.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, chat. I gave a call over to her. I gave a call. I talked to them, and they're going to be looking into it.
Yeah.
I'm sure
they were
right on that.
I'm sure they were captivated.
Actually, reach out to the attorneys and be like, "Hey, the guy you're suing is like defaming your client and talking about the case."
Yeah, I know you're.
I think
I know you're a self-proclaimed lawyer. I know you're a lawyer, but you can actually talk about the case. It's not in violation of anything, especially when you're telling the truth, Mike, which you have a problem doing, especially on official filings. You outright lied, and you were removed by a judge with extreme prejudice. Very embarrassing stuff.
So you should probably take a look at that. So
Yes.
I gave them a heads up.
Yeah, and like he said, everybody, see, it's like he's encouraging everyone to call, which I think is funny.
Please harass my enemies.
Please harass my enemy's attorney with
Opposing
I
counsel.
have this insider information about Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, join the cause. Call her lawyers today and give them exclusive information about me.
We had another dono from your wife, Hila Klein, by the way.
Honestly,
another $10. She's just forking it over to YouTube today.
Hila, stop it.
I should do like an H3 snark day.
Oh, that was my idea. He's saying that because I said I want to do a Mike from PA day. Well, we can have dueling snark days. How about that?
Snark off. Hila said, does Hasan pay his mods? Just asking for a friend. Her name is Frogan, and she's struggling with rent.
Hasan has a mod who was recently on stream begging for rent money. Begging for rent money. And she does a lot of work for Hasan. She moderates his show. She's in his Discord. She's kind of at his beck and call. Why is she begging for rent money? Why? Why? And the words of Joe Biden.
I do not know if Hasan pays his mods.
Well, clearly, if he does, it's not enough to pay rent.
I do know.
I don't think he does. No, he stated publicly he doesn't pay them. I think. I'm pretty sure. With a in Minecraft.
That is, yeah. I mean,
you can fact check that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, what I know is that we pay our mods.
I pay them pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
They're probably one of the best paid mods in the game.
Maybe, yeah.
I love my mods. I love them.
And they're the best mod because they're the best mods in the game.
They deserve it. Yeah, of course. That's what I have to say about that.
Somebody in the chat says Dan glazing Hasan crazy. Come on, I'm not glazing him.
I'm not glazing.
I'm gonna push back where I feel like pushing back.
Look, it's good for the conversation because then I get an opportunity to flesh out my views. Because Hasan, like other people are going to say the same thing. It's good to address it on the show. It's way better for the conversation. Dan is not glazing Hasan. Stop it.
And said, save it for the show.
So that's it, I guess. Is that
I'm
it?
seeing that it is well known that he does not pay his mods. I mean, you should pay your mods, bro. Come on.
Especially if they're on stream begging for rent. So she's begging for rent. Do you think he even reached out to be like, yo, do you need help?
I mean, I have no idea. I don't know what their relationship is like, but I do know that I think it's right to pay your mods.
Someone pointed out something really funny to me. This whole conflict with her started when she complained that I unfollowed her on Twitter. Hasan does not follow her on any of his social medias. Kind of interesting. Hasan, do you why not follow Frogan on? I mean, that's the least you could do for her. Just Seems like he's dodging. I feel like there was something else really funny, but
another tale from Reddit.
Please, we got to actually. We're 2.5 hours into the show. We only have
this
an hour
is my
left.
new favorite hobby.
This is going to be a big
Chinese state propaganda enjoyer with a picture of me said, "Ethan Klein, go back to Israel, bitch, and become a red triangle along with your wife." which is a little antithetical to the whole anti-Zionist thing, if you're trying to get me there. But the purpose of getting me back there is to get me killed by Hamas. That's what the red triangle means. This, this is the kind of comment that it's really incredible to me, especially when if you click their profile, they actually are a public. They're on Twitch and TikTok. Here he is on TikTok. Let's take a look at this person wishing death on me.
Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry
them.
blue-haired feminist.
If feminism is a scam, then maybe you should consider quit TikTok, move to a conservative Muslim or Christian country where women will not gain the right to work or the right to vote or the right to even drive a car, and consider making a sandwich for me, woman.
Now, I assume he's defending feminism, but it really didn't feel like that. It really didn't feel like that.
I think it's satirical. I think is what he was going for.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, guys. Make a quick correction. He does follow. Hasan follows Frogan on Twitter.
Oh, but not on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fair enough. Instagram's where he really follows people he cares about. He still follows me on Instagram.
Well, then maybe that's not
maybe
true
the
at all,
opposite. Actually,
yeah.
I still follow him. I don't think I unfollowed him. I'm traumatized.
Leaving that door open.
No, that's not why.
That
door is padlocked.
KKK.
Look at this fucking idiot. This guy wants me to die. Let's see what this one is.
1 cup of that heavy whipping cream, y'all. The British Empire came to our lands, stole our food, stole our culture, claimed that chicken tikka masala and nandos are British food, and had the gall to claim that Cajun food is spicy. Come on, man. He's just baiting y'all.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
1 cup of that heavy whip.
All right. Wow. True.
It's insightful.
Oh shit. He talked about my boy. I love this guy.
Think about this.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay, 300 dudes. Everybody nets $1 million a year, which is super.
Yo, bro, become a millionaire, bro. It's so easy, bro. Just make $1 million, bro. Just find 300 people, bro. Just do NFTs, bro.
Think about this.
It could use work. It could use work on the comedy side. He's trying though. He's trying.
Why is he obsessed with me? Why am I in your like? He's a white woman enjoyer, grad student of European and I don't know what the fuck
This
that
is a
means.
crazy fucking
grad
bio.
student of European and North American history, streamer on Twitch. He follows Hasan and all that. Yeah, he's in the Haas tweet. So this is a Hasan fan.
Interesting. Well, maybe work on the act a little bit. I like the angle, but the execution wasn't really good. And maybe pull back on making the death threats on a public social media account too. Would be my advice.
Mm-hmm.
Just also, why are you
lead to more
obsessed
white
with-
women? I think.
You think so?
And that's giving Casey, Comrade Casey.
Right.
He's just obsessed with Arab women or Muslim women.
Right.
A bodacious Habibi or whatever you said.
Yep, that is what he said.
Please stop using my photo. It's very creepy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. And I think that's
Olive is
it.
coming after just my side of the carpet for some reason.
Oh God!
But she's so sweet though. No,
Yeah.
not peeing. She's
she's a
biting.
chewer. She chews
Yeah,
carpet,
she's
yeah.
chewing. She's so sweet though. She's so much more playful with me than the other two are.
She is so sweet. She's
Yeah.
so cute. I don't know if it's just the Labrador thing because she's like a black lab. And I think the terriers are just such divas.
Yeah.
I still haven't found a sound for her.
Oh my God, I
Shaken,
love her
not stirred.
so much, bro. She's
Yeah,
so cute.
She is so sweet and she's so sweet.
Also, I'm not crazy. Leslie, she sees our dog in her too.
Here we go. Nate always says that he sees his dog when he looks in her
Can we
eye.
get a picture of Nate's dog? It's like a
Yeah,
little
let me
chihuahua.
send it. It's literally my dog.
They
bro.
have they're twin flames, Olive and Milk.
Dude, Milk is like 10 of her.
Yeah.
exactly
Milk?
the same, bro.
It's Milk?
Yeah, it's Milk.
Yeah,
Is
her
that
name's
like
Milk.
is that like the movie about the dude with
Milk?
cancer? Is that about a movie about
You
a
thinking
dude?
of Harvey Milk?
Yeah, what is it? Was Harvey Milk?
He's a pro
He's
gay,
civil rights
gay activist yeah.
icon.
Yeah.
I think of white women.
When I hear Milk?
This
was funny too.
Together.
Thanks for
snark and YouTube drama, and now faux. How do you say that? Faux moi.
I don't.
Faux moi is absolutely
I
overrun
brand.
by these Hasan snarker fucking freaks. They had this post on. They posted the lawsuit and all this stuff, which I guess is fine. I guess it's drama at least. They had a post on there that was so dumb. Oh yeah, Ela, when she was upset that this artist unfollowed her, or no, he refused to collaborate. Someone that she's friends with. That was, I think, what upset her is that she's friends with this person. This is a friend of hers that is like all of a sudden, I don't like you and I don't want to work with you. Yeah, yeah, she's upset. Yeah, got 3,500 points on faux moi. And all the it's like literally neo-Nazi forum, like indistinguishable from neo-Nazis. So anyway, what the ironic part about this is that when someone posts, this is the comment, this person was permanently banned. Their comment was, no one literally has looked into anything he has actually said. Y'all are so quick to defame someone. He's donated pro-parity charities. He always condemns Israeli government. He even went on a raid once. She was unarmed and never said she enjoyed it. Also, if you're 18 and live in Israel, it's mandatory to serve. Like, what was she supposed to do? She never saw combat once. She worked on a computer in an office, but no one gives a shit about that, right? Because she's from Israel. Banned. Why would she be banned for that? And faux moi. It's gotten insane. Yeah, it's gotten insane. I can't wait till I find out who the snarkers are. Because I'm going to sue them. Get in line, baby. Oh, they should be worried. I know they're very paranoid. They should be. You'd be surprised how paranoid these snarkers are. The mods, anyway. The head snarkers. They should be paranoid. Anyway, let's move on. So we can move on now. Thank you.
I sent pictures of milk, by the way. When I showed
Oh wait, sorry. I forgot to go over the receipts that Dan sent me. This is actually really good. Where is it?
Ben.
No,
The
you.
Reddit post.
You should have posted. You should have.
Another tale from Reddit.
So this is the guy who makes Hasan's merch, Warren James Incorporated. He makes a lot. No, I don't. You know, you cannot track my cookies. He makes merch for a whole bunch of guys. Here, you can see Hasan is in there. Good. I mean, a lot of guys. If you go down to the bottom, look at all these. If you go to the bottom of this lovely website and all the people they work with,
These people look sick, dude.
keep going. USA office is in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Chinese office.
USA.
Why the fuck would they have a Chinese office? Can you please tell me why they would have a Chinese office in Guangzhou, China, in the Panyu district?
Probably because they produce a lot of the clothing in China, would be my guess. Now, you don't know for sure that they do that for all of their clothing. But your point is taken. The $35 shirt, I mean, you who knows a lot more about it than me, say that is likely impossible.
And we would love to
domestic
source it in
manufacturing.
America and have it all be American made. But like at the end of the day, you guys don't want to pay fucking $80 for a t-shirt either. You know, it's like you're kind of in a catch-22 with it. So I don't know. I'd like to know why they have an office in China while also being America First allies of Hasan's. Anyway, who knows? China. In China. Anywho. Oh, so what do you guys want to do? I have the Stephen Smith thing, which is funny. Oh, God, we have so much shit. Let's do the stories because it's in the title.
We gotta move on.
Another tale from Reddit.
I was having fun, but let's move on now. We can at least do one. Is there one that you think is really good here, Ian, that I should hit? All right.
Yeah, I think the top ones were real solid ones.
This one has 0. This one has no engagement.
What?
It says 0 points.
Where did you? This is not it.
It's not?
Yeah, those were like the extras. Start at the top of the list here.
Oh.
You skipped the real section.
I didn't see it in the document. Steven.
Guy buys guitar for cheap.
Oh, here, my bad.
That's a good one.
All right, let's go. Sure. Yeah, no, she's harmless. She's a total sweetie pie. Okay, so here it is. Am I the asshole for buying you could play the stinger now.
Yeah, why don't we? This is this time.
Another tale from Reddit.
Man, look at that production quality.
Wow. We put a lot of work
Truly
in that
remarkable
title.
stuff. Am I the asshole for buying a $50,000 guitar for $4,000 and refusing to sell it back when the buyer found out the real value? Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Let me read this. This happened a while back. My wife and I still talk about it every once in a while. She's on my side, and most of our friends and family are. However, when it happened, it was like World War III between us and her coworkers and others. So here we go. I've been playing guitar for 22 years. I know guitar values and whatnot very well. I'm very into the guitar market. At my wife's old company, she was hanging out with coworkers one day after work, and she mentioned that I play guitar. A coworker, who I guess is very popular at work, that's funny. She's very popular at work. I've never thought to describe someone like that at
They're
work.
a big hit. They're a big hit at the office. Maybe they bring donuts every day.
True. A coworker who I guess is very popular at work said her dad passed away and he was selling his dad's things. His dad, sorry, it's hard to read because there's so much text and there's it's hard to read.
Would you
between
like
the
me to
lines.
read it? I got it a little bigger on my screen here.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Except I got to find where you were.
It's right here.
Wait, it's all crazy. Joey? Oh, a coworker. A coworker who I guess is very popular at work said that his dad passed away and he was selling his dad's things. His dad had a guitar and asked my wife if I'd be interested in it. My wife texted me and I said to have him send me the info on the guitar and the price. The next day, he texted me pics and the price. Is a 1952 Telecaster in mint condition.
That sounds valuable.
That is that's kind of the holy grail.
That's like an insane find. He had the original receipts, which is crazy. That's how I knew the date. I asked what he wanted for it, and he said, I looked up Telecasters online, and I think $4,000 is fair. I texted back, I'll take it for $4,000, went to pick it up. The guitar had no sentimental value to him at all. It was just selling off somebody else's stuff, right? Here's the issue at hand. The guitar was/is worth approximately $50,000, depending on the buyer, and I knew it. When I got the guitar, I told my wife the price and what it was worth. She was floored. Fast forward to 2 weeks later, and her coworker tells my wife that he just found out what the guitar is actually worth from a family friend, and he wanted it back. She said, well, he really likes the guitar, and he knew it was worth $50,000, which is why he was floored that you offered it for $4,000. Why, snitch, wife? Why did she say that?
Yeah.
He really likes it, and I doubt he'll sell it back to you, but you can ask. Probably not the smartest thing to say to her, for her to say, but she was caught off guard, and it's not her fault or problem. Okay, fair enough. He contacted me and asked to buy it back. I said that it's not for sale. He then said I scammed him, and he was going to sue me and take my wife to HR for being part of a scam, which was nuts, but he actually did contact HR. They were cool about it and said it's not their problem. It's between him and me. Yeah, I mean, neither of them work there, right? Or no, I guess...
No, he's popular. He's popular.
He does work there, that's right.
Everyone loves him.
Yeah, but he sold it to somebody who doesn't work there, so yeah, I mean, what is HR going to do? Over the next few months, he made things very uncomfortable for my wife at work. He would bug her constantly about it. She eventually had to go to HR for harassment, and they actually let him go. He got fired for this.
His life is falling apart.
She complained twice, and he was warned and didn't stop. He contacted me several times about it, so I got a restraining order for harassment too. I blocked him, and I haven't heard from him about it in a year. Am I the asshole?
This is crazy.
Wow.
Oof.
So there's an update. I guess, should we read the update before we share our
Maybe, I don't know what should our protocol be? Maybe
probably just discuss the
Let's give our take and then read the update.
And then read the update. Yeah, I agree.
You know, this is a really interesting one because on one hand, I got to say,
him knowing he was essentially swindling the guy, I think loses him a lot of points for me. If it was done out of ignorance and then later he found that out, I'd feel like I would be more inclined to say, like, that's not my fault.
Here's the thing. If it was a total stranger, like you just found them on Craigslist selling it, or you found it at a swap meet, that's no, fuck them. The fact that it was like through his wife, his coworker,
right?
They know each other. I do feel like he was being a giant fucking asshole by either like not only not giving it back, but like at least you could like. I mean, you did kind of swindle him.
That's kind of, yeah.
And it doesn't matter that there's no sentimental value. Your dad left an inheritance, and apparently a big part of it, presumably, was this very valuable guitar.
Yep.
I've been in a similar situation, obviously not to this level of value of guitar, where I went to go purchase a guitar and the person had no idea what they had. So I wanted to be fair, and they were quoting me a price, and I actually ended up paying them more for the guitar. I think that's fair, that's ethical. When you go on this quote unquote, they call it guitar safari, going looking for a guitar and stuff like that. There's like a unwritten rule that you have to be as fair as possible. You don't want to fuck people over.
I think, and that's very kind of you. You are a great guy. And I have seen that a lot, I think, when it comes to this type of thing, like antiques and stuff. Like, you're still getting a great deal, but I think it's a little deceptive to not at least tell them.
Yeah.
That like,
especially if it's your wife's coworker.
Yeah, that part.
Now, what makes this one so good to discuss, I think, is that we know how it plays out, at least according to him, that this caused that coworker to go kind of nuts and start harassing his wife and him.
Well,
to the extent that he lost his job over it, he couldn't, like, and yeah, he may have been justified in being upset, but you can't start harassing your coworker because you fucked up.
This could be a manifestation of his grief that was like catapulted by them not giving this piece of his dad back. You know, like the idea of
who is he to say there's no sentimental value?
I mean,
okay, he paid him. But thank you so much. He paid him way less than he should have for this guitar that he says he doesn't have any sentimental value towards it. But that's not fair because he didn't realize how much money was in the guitar, which is then how his dad is connected to it because his dad left that for him and he didn't think, oh, he left the guitar for me, I'm never gonna play guitar. He's like, oh, he left this important relic for me so that I can build a better life for myself.
He must have had an untimely death because I feel like he would have explained it.
Yeah, you would have told him.
It was in mint condition and he still had the receipt. Like, that man cherished that.
Yeah.
That's depending, I mean, if it's like mint, that's absolutely insane for that year guitar.
Was that the first year? Is that why?
51 was the first.
Okay.
But they called it a no caster because they got sued.
Okay.
But yeah, the seller he should have done his research though. He should have done.
They did. I mean, that's unquestionably true. That was silly to not even look into it a little bit.
Just to say the obvious.
Well, I guess he did, but how did he come up with 4,000? Yeah.
He just looked at values of like modern
like
day.
a modern Telecaster.
Now I'll say this just to state the obvious. Obviously, the guy who sold it is not right when he started stalking and harassing them. Okay, right? Like, that's obvious. Go ahead, love.
I'm a little bit more I think he's an asshole, but it's justified because you know everyone's gonna come up once in their life. And if you don't take that, you're going to miss out, dude, in life. Like, if you can make $35K, I would do it. Especially if you're not a rich man. You're not, like,
yeah, but it's at someone's expense.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
a lot of things is in life.
True. He didn't technically lose anything because he didn't know the value of the guitar. He gained $4,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll go to the other extreme. If I was the person who lost that guitar for $3K, I think his reaction is justified. If you want to have a come up, you gotta deal with the consequences, dude.
We'll say if
you're saying he deserved to be harassed.
I'd be fucking pissed if I lost $35K or whatever.
You are really an empath.
I'm like totally like this is a situation, and if you want to have a $35K come up like that
of your coworker,
yeah, you're gonna have to expect that person to feel like he lost 35 G's.
I mean, the first thing I pointed out was like it does change the dynamic for me that he admits he was fully aware he was taking advantage of this guy.
Yeah,
I knew what it was worth, and I offered him way less than that. I mean, he took advantage of his ignorance, unquestionably.
If my kids did that, and I'm putting in my will about the guitars for the record, if they did that, I will come back and haunt them. for selling it so cheap.
Well, you got to tell them before you die.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Some people in chat are saying Olivia needs to grow up. Olivia fantasy answer.
Why are you guys?
You guys are
dickheads?
so like how I wouldn't go forward with the guitar because just personally the guilt of the other person's like misfortune would weigh too heavily
You're
on
an
me.
empath.
So
Like-
I would okay, shush. But no, it's just like that's personally not how I would operate. And yeah, I think you're an asshole if you keep
I
it.
absolutely
It's
agree
his
with you.
dad's.
I'm gonna place my judgment now.
You're placing the judgment. Okay.
I
wasn't
believe
here, but
the
I
guy
believe
who
you.
bought the guitar for $4,000 is.
Should we
an
poll the
asshole.
audience?
Yeah, if
We
you're
should do a poll.
selfish enough to be able to keep that guitar, fine. By all means.
You didn't do anything illegal,
Right.
You didn't
Just
do
not
anything-
me.
But
So-
that being said, you are a giant asshole.
So
in my
do we
opinion.
want to let the poll reflect, for example, my opinion, where I think he's an asshole, but I think it's justified and okay to do.
Can they both be assholes?
So yeah,
No.
and there's a whole you can. There's a whole nomenclature here on this subreddit. There's YTA, you're the asshole. There's NTA, not the asshole. There's I think EAA, everyone's an asshole, or ETA, everyone's the asshole.
Here, I'll pull it up.
So that's kind of blaming everybody. And then there must be like a nobody's at fault here one as well, right?
I want to thank Elena's mom real fast for these delightful treats she brought me.
Oh, they're so good. In fact, I gotta grab one of those in a
So
sec.
nice. So
it's-
lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, it's YTA,
YTA, NTA, and then ESH. Everyone sucks here.
Oh.
NAH, no asshole here.
And no asshole. And no
And
NAH.
I'd go out on a limb and to say that the first guy's an asshole, but it's justified. The guy reacting to losing 37K or whatever, he's not an asshole because he's been pushed to act that way.
He has absolutely been pushed. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
he's been
like,
pushed
how
that
fucking
way.
angry would you be?
Yeah.
At your coworker is like, nah, fuck you. It's like, yo, oh my god, this was
Yeah.
such a mistake. Nah, fuck you. Suck it, bitch.
Yeah.
And then you got to see that person every day.
And I think there's a lot of important factors. Like, is either of them rich or either of them really poor?
I'm gonna assume they're like all middle class.
Because if the dude did that was rich and he made 35K, but he has like a couple mil in the bank or even a couple of 100K, like I'm gonna say like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. You could have bought it. If he was gonna sell it immediately for profit, that's also makes it even worse. But the fact that he keeps it, in my opinion, is like he would never have got on that guitar.
He said he was going to sell it.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that adds a little bit
He
more
said
to his
50,000 depending on the buyer. I find. Which I think he
okay,
said.
well, I missed that part. But okay, so that makes him a little bit more of an asshole.
Like
in
you
my
could
opinion.
sell it and then at least give him like half.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Now Frank said, "Bad poll. Who's the POV?" Listen, I think it's very clear.
Yeah.
It's the
Narrator.
person who wrote
100%.
the story. Frank, that's a little on you. I don't think that's a bad poll. I
It's
think
not a
that's-
bad poll.
Yeah, it's not a bad poll.
So I'm actually.
This is extremely divided, almost as divided as it could be. I would
Now
say.
I think my decision is you're the asshole, and the reason being is that just put yourself in the guy's place. Obviously, he made a mistake, and initially he was wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
but imagine putting yourself into his shoes and how fucking pissed off you would be.
Yeah.
Dealing with working with this person, and then you find out for sure he sold it and he made all this. It's like, what the hell, dude?
Dude.
Yeah, I guess it would be pretty upsetting.
When I get the wrong order from DoorDash or some shit, I'll go to war for that $35. Like I can't imagine what I'd do for
35,000.
$35K. Like I go to customer support, it's like, hey, I didn't actually order this. Like I'll spend an hour for $35.
Uh-huh.
For $35K, it would ruin my life, I think. Like
How
genuinely.
imagine dealing with that psychologically? It would be so painful.
Yeah.
So now there.
And your dad just died, imagine.
Yeah, it's not bad
that's
enough.
true.
Your dad
Yeah.
just died.
Good point.
So there is the update, and there's also what the verdict in the Reddit vote was. Would you like to hear those two things?
So what's the Reddit? Well, our fans say that everyone sucks here, which is definitely fair.
I think it's more fair. I think the buyer sucks a little more.
Me too.
But I think the other guy was definitely allowed himself to be. His carelessness allowed him to put himself in a bad position, and then he handled it very poorly.
But you know
in
what?
the aftermath.
I can only imagine, like, if you're grieving and you have to go through all the belongings and deal with all this shit, like, it's overwhelming. You're
right.
in a vulnerable
That's true.
position.
That's
he took
true.
advantage of this guy's vulnerability. He was taken
true.
advantage of.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just some random guy. He was grieving for his father.
Yeah. Now that we've put that all on the line, let's hear the update, because I think it will change the dynamics a little bit, and we might need to reassess.
By the way, what did he actually do? Because let's read it again. He said he would bug my wife all the time about it.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound that bad.
It's inappropriate, but not that bad.
Well, I don't know what that means. It's very broad.
We gotta take it at literally just annoying her, saying that, hey, that guitar, constantly talking to her about it.
I mean, shit. Like you said, if you're gonna steal $35,000 from someone's steal, then that's the least you could expect is for them not to like you, to give you shit.
Yeah.
She eventually had to go to HR for harassment, and they actually let him go, which is fun. It is funny. She complained twice, and he was warned and didn't stop. So,
I mean, if you got 2 warnings and didn't stop, at that point, it's on you.
I don't know what he did. Tell me the results.
So, the vote on Reddit was that he's not the asshole.
Yeah, I think
that is the prevailing attitude on Reddit.
Well, you know what? Most people on Reddit are assholes. So
I think that's wait. I mean, there is that, but then I'm going to read you the update. All right. Well, this post blew up way beyond what I was expecting. It looks like I was voted not the asshole. There's over 5,000 comments. I couldn't read them all, but I did read a lot. Just to clear up some things, I left some things out because I didn't want to influence opinions, and I really wanted it to be about me buying a guitar at significantly lower market value versus people in the story. I did include the fact that the guy who was harassing my wife at work, not to make this guy sound bad, but because I thought it was relevant to the story. Here's some specific details I chose not to include.
If you take that out of the equation, that he was harassing his wife,
then you're fully the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what tipped it in the other direction at all. All right, so here we go. The guy and his dad were not close at all. So the people saying he was grieving and I took advantage of him, that is 100% not the case.
Sorry, but you cannot
I don't
say
think
that.
you can say that with 100% certainty.
How well do you don't even know this guy?
It's a wife's coworker. When I went to get the guitar, he was telling me he hadn't talked to his dad in 6 years and was actually annoyed he had to deal with the funeral. You know, it's probably complicated.
Yeah.
It's probably complicated feelings there.
The dad.
I find that information irrelevant.
Me too.
I feel
He's
like
still
it's
grieving the
making
loss of a father.
Yeah, it's making him look worse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he did leave it out in the original post.
He's just clarifying.
But the fact that he thinks that helps tells us something about his character.
Okay. Well, let me continue. The dad...
All of Reddit agrees with him somehow.
That's Reddit,
well,
baby.
not all. He just won the vote. It could have been a 51-49 situation.
Do you know?
You know, there might be a bot that tells you, actually.
Yeah,
But this is an older post, so it might have been before they implemented that. Let me finish the update. So the dad and the guy were not close at all. Blah, blah, blah. It's 100% not the case. The dad bought the guitar new and never played it. Luckily, it was stored in a closet and not in a basement or an attic. There is no issue with the wood or electronics. It plays like a dream, and I couldn't be happier. I am not selling the guitar to the son or anyone.
Okay.
It will be with me for a very long time. I'm in my 30s, so maybe in 30 years,
I'm going to
it
give
will
this to
find a new
my
home.
kids.
Yeah.
That's so cursed. I feel like that's so cursed.
Well, moreover, and Zach, maybe you can weigh in on this. I mean, is this sacrilegious for him to be playing this thing and putting some like wear and tear on it?
I mean, if
it's like truly a mint condition example,
play it at home. Don't take it on the road with you. But you know,
Sure.
if you're
You can
delicate
enjoy
with
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their work. I mean, they're workhorses. The time that these guitars have been around, and they still play beautifully. You know,
Hey, people say the same thing about nice swatches, Dan. you don't buy it to look at it. You should enjoy it.
Fair enough. I would have maybe considered giving the guy more money and giving him one of my guitars to sell on his own, but I
What kind of
decided.
compromise is that?
I don't know.
Take one of my other guitars?
Well, giving the guy more money.
He said, I'll give him another guitar of mine to sell. That's.
I mean, there is an element here. I still think the dude's a dick, but the fact that the guy isn't interested in reselling it for profit softens it. The fact
for
that like
sure.
he is actually a guitar appreciator and like sees like the historic
Yep.
value of
You
it,
know
and
what
is gonna
this
take
is,
good care
Dan?
of it. That's not as bad as like him.
It is
flipping
bad,
it.
and I'll tell you why. You ever been on the playground trading Pokemon cards or whatever?
Oh, man, many times.
And these older kids that know better, they constantly taking advantage of the younger kids and getting like monster trades on them.
Okay.
That's fucked up.
So my point, if that Pokemon story happened to this dude, he wouldn't have sold it for $3K.
So?
He would have learned. You got to learn.
So what? It's his fault he didn't learn?
Well, he's not
Yes.
a kid.
He could have
also-
Googled
Right.
it. He could have Googled it. It was an easily avoidable.
He was dealing with a funeral. There's a whole bunch of shit. I mean, you wouldn't just automatically assume some random guitar's like worth $50,000.
Well, I wouldn't just,
4,000 probably sounded like a lot of money.
I wouldn't just sell it without doing research, whatever I was going through.
I wouldn't either.
It does seem particularly negligent considering it apparently had the receipt.
Yeah.
Could have literally like looked at the date on the receipt. Like you could have found exactly the information that you needed.
Well, imagine
it was
like,
all there.
Imagine you have this old guitar and let's say he paid, I don't know how much they paid for it. Maybe like, how much one of those costs original? Who knows?
In 52, I think they were like $150 or something like that.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's probably
So
a lot of money
you see a receipt for
here,
$150 and you're like, dude, 4,000? That's a huge markup.
Right.
And it's old.
Can I help you
after
see it
70
in a
years.
different perspective, Ethan? Let's say, because you're a watch guy now, let's say you find a watch that usually goes for like 50, 60K, but the guy sells it to you for $5,000. Afterwards, he goes to, he's like, actually, can I buy it back? Because I want to resell it for more value. You weren't going to resell the watch for 50K. You were going to keep it.
It depends on the relationship. If it was one of your guys' significant others, I would definitely give it back to them.
Right. You might grumble about it, but you would recognize.
No, I'd be like,
that
you know what?
the
That's
social
fine. I get it.
implication of
I
that-
understand.
Even if we were going to resell it just for more money?
It's
Well,
your
it doesn't-
fucking
it doesn't have
watch.
to be
Do whatever
us
you want with
because
it.
we're-
Well, it's not my
we're
watch
more
anymore.
close.
You bought it.
But I'm
already.
saying you can
Your watch.
resell it, you know, or be like, if you want to buy it, let's do like a more fair price.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
I
give
think
you a
that-
discount, but like more fair.
I think the social aspect is a more compelling.
If it was some random person that I bought it from on eBay and they're like, actually, I want that back, I'd be like, no, I'm not even going to answer.
Right.
But this is someone you know.
All sales are final.
Let's say like a parent's friend.
I'd probably give it back if it was there was any like connection there.
Well, that's very nice of you.
I am very nice. I am very saintly.
That is very nice of you. I was almost at the. There was a little bit more here. I don't know if we needed that bumper.
I liked it.
Go on.
I would have maybe considered giving the guy more money or giving him one of my guitars to sell on his own, but I decided not to do that after he left a terrible voicemail on my phone the day he found out the real value. He demanded it back and was entitled to an object he sold fair and square, called me a piece of shit, called my wife a piece of shit.
That's changes
and
the
said
equation.
he would do bad things if I didn't sell him the guitar back.
So
okay,
that changes a bit. And if somebody like off the bat, instead of being like, yo, I just found about this is super awkward, but this and that. But if someone called you and was like,
They're coming out that
belligerent, then I'd be
hard.
like, I'd be a lot less inclined to help them out.
At that point, I'd rub it in their face if they're threatening me. That's
I mean,
crazy.
that clearly changes the
Yeah.
dynamic big time.
Yeah, that is weird.
Why would he include that?
Maybe he was
Why
like
wouldn't he
super
include
pissed
that?
because the wife said, "Yeah, my husband fucking knew that it was worth $50,000." So then he called and was like,
Well, he
"You're a
might.
piece of
Okay,
shit."
Sounds like he
okay.
found it out from someone else.
No,
No, the
in
wife
the
told
original
him.
story, it was the wife. Just like that's why it was like snitch wife.
He asked for it back when he learned that it was extremely valuable from someone else. And then the wife, when confronted, said it's
"Oh,
worth
you're right.
$50,000.
You're right. Right?
I'm going back. Offered him a Lux guitar.
I think. Yeah.
Well, he really likes the guitar, and he knew it was worth $50,000, which is why he was floored when you offered it for him for $4,000.
No, but go back.
He really likes it.
Before that.
The guitar is worth approximately $50,000, depending on the buyer. And I knew it. When I got the guitar, I told my wife what it was worth. She was floored. Fast forward 2 weeks later, the coworker tells my wife he just found out what the guitar was
just found
actually
out.
worth from a family friend and
Okay.
wanted it back.
Yeah.
And then she said, well, he really likes it, and he knew it was worth $50,000, which is why he was floored. Yeah, I would have to imagine the voicemail happened right after that.
Yeah, he should have.
Where he was probably pretty fucking mad.
He probably should have
Honestly,
cooled off.
Yeah.
Lurch says, seller is soy, buyer is Chad.
Okay, well, Lurch from the Addams family?
You make an incredible point.
You know,
Lurch is
I think
waiting.
everybody here is kind of a dick. I think everyone chose the dick.
There's bad
route.
behavior by a few parties here. I would agree. Yeah.
All right, let's do one more before we wrap it. How much fun is this, you guys?
How much fun is this?
All right, last one. We can constantly do these if you guys like it. If you guys enjoy this, leave some wayos in chat so we know.
Leave some wayos. Okay, this one.
If you would click for this, leave some. Everybody say wayo in chat.
So there is I feel like this one just right off the bat from the title, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" The prompt is: am I the asshole for keeping a lost pet until the owner paid the advertised reward?
Do I even need to read this?
Well, I'll read it to you. This weekend, I was walking through the park and I saw a cat that looked like one I had seen on posters that were posted around the neighborhood. They said there was a reward for $500 for finding their lost cat. So I caught the cat, which was pretty easy since he was friendly. And I checked the poster. I checked the poster to see if it was him. It was. I went home, put it on the back porch, and called the number on the poster to let them know I found the cat. They were happy that I found him and that they could come pick him up right away. I confirmed that there was a $500 reward, texted the guy a picture of a cat, and gave my address. This is where the problem started. When he got to my ass. When I got to my house, I asked for the reward money before returning the cat. He said that there actually isn't a reward and that he only advertised one to increase the chance that people would look for his cat. I told him that I wasn't going to give him the cat back until he paid the promised reward.
That is so insane.
And that he shouldn't have posted one.
If you didn't kill the cat unless you pay up.
He then got angry and threatened to call the cops if I wouldn't give him the cat. I said he was welcome to do so and that I would be happy to get things on the record in case I take him to small claims court. He begrudgingly told me that he would be back later with the money. Later that night, he came by with the $500. I gave him the cat, and that was the end of it. When I told my girlfriend about it, she thought I should have just given him back the cat since it cost me nothing to catch him and that everybody is having hard times right now. Some of my friends also think that the guy was probably desperate to get his pet back, and it was kind of shitty of me to profit from a lost animal. I still think that if you post a reward, you should pay it. And that the guy probably just wanted to save $500 to get the benefit of advertising a reward without paying it. So am I the asshole?
That's pretty...
Yes.
I mean, yes. Yeah. You're the asshole. I mean, listen... But he's not necessarily wrong either. He's a giant. You have to be a giant fucking asshole to actually react and handle this situation the way that he did. Mm-hmm. However, it was very dumb also to be like $500 reward.
Yeah, and then just be like, yeah, I didn't lie.
Listen, you're.
Yeah, I mean I think this is a clear everyone sucks.
Yeah, everyone sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger asshole?
So
I think.
Yeah, that's a better question.
I don't
Who's
know
the bigger
enough
asshole
about the
there?
pet owner.
if my dog or cat ran out, and let's say I didn't have $500, but that would increase the chances of someone calling, I'd put like a fucking $5,000 on there, and then just to save my cat. You know what I mean?
Sure. And then wouldn't pay it.
I mean, if I didn't have 5,000,
if you're desperate to find your pet,
if I'm like that desperate and like,
I mean, you do what you got to do, but I guess the consequence of that is people are going to think you're an asshole, which you kind of are for doing that.
Yeah, yes, 100. Oh, for sure.
Right. Yeah. You're willing to own that.
No one's hurt. That's important to me. No one's actually being hurt here. Like, sure, he probably spent a little time to catch the cat and whatnot.
Parents would be assholes on behalf of their kids to protect their kids 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, I get that.
I think I'd start getting physical with the dude.
If they're keeping my pet hostage, that's a huge issue.
If Bambi, God forbid Bambi got out, and someone was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna give him to you," it would be.
Well, what if you had promised him $1,000 if he returned it?
Give me the dog, dude.
I mean, but
but I would also. Ultimately, yes. Just give the dog over.
You should be so happy.
But also, I would think you're a dick.
Show up with 500, man. This guy found your fucking pet. They're both. Everyone sucks. It's crazy. What a crazy shit.
It's like the chances of either of these persons even being a person, but then like them two colliding is like astronomical, which is great. I love it.
This comment's pretty interesting. He's the asshole for lying. You are a much bigger asshole here without a shadow of a doubt. You literally had that poor cat hostage from the owner. I mean, think about the cat too for 500. Right. How disgustingly misguided is your moral compass? Way to try and make money off someone's misfortune. Listen.
Well, I mean, I mostly agree with this.
He did. He's like a bounty hunter, man. He took a gig.
Right. Yeah. Like he put out an advertisement saying, "There's the bounty," and then. Yeah. I mean, I think ultimately,
they
would have been just like, "Yeah, here's your cat," but you're a fucking dick. Like, don't fucking do that. Now I'm never gonna look for a lost cat again.
Give me your info.
I'm just gonna get screwed.
Cat back. But being like, I am not giving the cat to you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
AB found a dog out in the cold ones in the winter, and he didn't accept the reward.
Oh,
that's great, Lenny. You should tell stories like that more often.
How much did they offer you?
They didn't give me. It was an old lady. Her dog's name was Ninja. I still remember. And her daughter came out and was like, "You saved this lady's life. You saved my mother's life," because she lives alone, I guess, with the dog.
Yeah.
And she's like, she wants to pay you. I'm like, ma'am, this is what I do.
Oh my God, hero.
Ma'am.
Oh my God.
It was so sweet. And the dog was like covered in snow.
Aww.
I was terrified though because it was a big ass
Yeah, it was
dog.
really
It was
big.
really big, but it was like a bad storm in Michigan.
What a guy.
Michigan mentioned.
What a guy. AB would do that.
Okay, so I'm putting up the poll, and round of applause.
Am I a saint? We need to read somebody. Am I a saint?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Without a question, without a shadow of a doubt.
So I'm putting up the poll again with those same 4 options.
I think we're right. I don't even think.
I think just try and answer if you think if the poster is the bigger asshole, do the you're the asshole, even if you think the other one is kind of. Only pick the everyone sucks here if you think they're equally at fault.
right. I like that.
All right, so here we go.
Can I say if I found a lost dog, I will also seriously consider not taking the reward money?
Yeah, I mean that's
I would
all.
consider it.
That's already pretty.
That's
like,
really big. That's really brave of you.
It is
Thank
kind of slimy already just to take the money on its face because, like this person pointed out, this is someone's misfortune, terrible misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their child. Like, imagine finding someone's child and being like, sorry, you got to pay up.
So right now, it's still early in the vote, but we have 13% of our audience that's saying this dude is not the asshole. These are the Larry Davids of the world that are like, you promised $500, you got to pay the $500.
Well, and everybody sucks here is actually winning. Although you're the asshole's catching up. I thought it'd be a blowout for you're the asshole.
I mean, that's the overwhelming majority, but I
don't know that they need to be equal.
The 12% of you that are contrarian that are saying, "Fuck,
You earned
no.
that shit.
You earned that $500. Pay up. Pay up."
You know, you're the asshole is actually winning now. I don't know that everyone here is an asshole needs to be equal blame, though. I don't know if I agree.
Well, just I gave that parameter on this particular one just because
that's
I think
confusing, Dan. That just turns this into a bad poll.
Is this a bad poll?
A little bit.
Should I take down the poll?
No, because I need to leave.
Oh, okay.
I hope you guys enjoy this. We'll do more. If this is a thing, and we're just totally going to rip off Smosh. We're going to do it funnier. We're going to do it with better produced.
Based off of this graphic that we've been playing all episode, I think you might be right.
Oh.
Look at that.
Another tale from Reddit.
Wow.
Smosh
With the
is pretty
orange,
good,
you got the
guys.
orange.
It's orange just like the Reddit
The
logo.
white text.
Is that crazy?
That's
Look at
just
that.
like Reddit. Yeah.
Can you play it one more time, Nate? Please come out of it with a cube spin, if you would.
Another tale from Reddit.
Proceed.
Go ahead, Nate. Any second now.
There it is.
Well, let's do that again, Nate. Hold on.
I didn't see. Oh, there.
Look
okay.
out, Smosh. Are you kidding?
That's a cube. That's
Are
a
you
cube
kidding?
white. That's a cube
It's
white.
a cube spin white.
It's called a cube zoom.
Oh,
it's
cube,
cube
zoom.
zoom.
My
I
bad.
apologize.
My
Two
bad.
ropes, bro.
Not bad.
It's called ropes.
Two ropes, bro.
It's not.
All right, guys. Thank you so
Whoa,
much.
wait. Our audience is going to kill. We have to
Christ.
do this. Our audience is going to kill me.
Milk.
No.
They're
Yeah,
asking
show
for
milk.
milk.
For milk?
Yeah.
How are you gonna
want
give them
milk?
milk?
This is
Go to the grocery store.
No. This is Nate's dog.
Can you
Nate
believe
dog.
it? This is
Which
the
he
milk
claims
that we're
looks
drinking.
like olive.
This
Which is so funny to me.
This is the dog that he feels is just reminds him so much of olive.
Look at the eyes. Look at those eyes. Look at Olive's eyes.
This is my favorite thing you've ever said ever.
It's very funny.
No, I don't see it at all,
I don't see
but
it at
I will
all.
walk with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, totally.
Brother,
I see
you-
it too.
Brother, you're taking too many mood sex gummies.
Yo, is it a boy?
It's a girl.
I love how her paws are crossed.
She's
So,
I know, it's the
so
best.
debutante.
This
Very handsome.
I love this dog. I love
Yes,
this dog.
She's a very
Milky.
interesting dog.
Yeah.
Very sentient.
Sweetheart. She's a sweetheart.
Totally.
Ducky pushed her to the limit, right?
Yeah, I never,
That was
I've
Shredder
never
or Ducky?
seen
It was-
her
it was
that
Ducky,
angry
yeah.
before, but Ducky really pissed her off.
Ducky
Yeah,
is
for real.
such a.
He's very
Punk.
annoying. We love
When
him
I
though.
see her, I see my dog's
She's
eyes.
like this really
When I see her eyes.
careful little puppy. Well, not puppy. She's very old, but she was like put her fist down to
Yeah,
Shredder.
the whippersnappers.
Yeah.
All right,
The
listen.
youngins.
Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. So we'll be here for our lovely, so much appreciated, center of the earth. Keeps the gravity spinning, the magnetic field
Magnetic.
zipping out there.
There was one $100 dono. Oh, for a birthday. I just feel like. We
Oh
should-
yeah.
Definitely.
Hi guys, longtime viewer, and it happens to be my 24th birthday today. Can I get a hey girly from love?
For
Hey.
Chubby Munchkin.
Chubby Munchkin.
Oh, it's 24. Oh wait, they asked for love specifically.
No,
But they said everyone if
Yeah,
possible.
everyone if
Oh.
if
24.
I never got asked to do one.
Oh,
specifically, so
No, they did. They said, "Hey, can I get a Higgley from Love?"
No, I'm saying like before this. I've never.
This is why he's so
like gotten a
excited.
personal
Yeah,
request for that.
yeah,
It's
that's a
just
call.
nice.
Thank you so much for everyone who's supporting us. Appreciate y'all so much.
Love y'all.
We will be here for our members tomorrow, and we'll be back on Friday for everybody, just like usual. Until then, just ask yourself, why is it that Hasan is so crickets on this?
Until he's not, and you owe $100,000.
Happily. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you.
Bye-bye.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see y'all tomorrow.